All right, bald asshole. You know, yeah, bald asshole. Tectone. We all know he's a piece of shit, but what it recently was surfaced that his father has 14 military convictions for sexual harassment and assault. Nice. And that's in the congressional record. And he's trying to call for a ban for Hasan because, well, of something that's been put in the congressional record. So he needs to ban Hasan. What do you have this? Due to this being resurfaced by Hasan, I will no longer be interacting with my father on stream. Ah, we're sympathy baiting. Cool. What do we got here? I don't know, Tectone. Maybe, just maybe, you shouldn't have had a, I don't know, like sexual assault run in your family. I'm just saying, dude. You didn't have to, like, do harassment to, what, Pinky Chew? And your father didn't have to harass a bunch of people on a military base. I don't know. I'm trying to, like, think about this and, like, with my psychic abilities for, like, literally, like, 2 seconds, and I'm coming to the conclusion that sexual harassment is bad. I know, that's, like, a revolutionary, ridiculous concept. I'm, like, spewing complete, like, conjecture, nonsense, crazy stuff into the ether, but, like, guys, I think that sexual harassment is bad. Anywho, what do we have here?
I suppose, due to this all being resurfaced by Hasan, I suppose I will no longer be interacting with my father in any way, shape, or form on my stream.
Bro, why are you fucking crying about this? What is with this weird fucking sympathy baiting? Hey, maybe your fucking father shouldn't have done sexual harassment. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have done sexual harassment. Listen, I'll do it. You know, we'll do the meme. Tectone, Pinky Chew. I saw the article from Sports Skeeta. Well, I guess it just runs in the family. You know, once an abuser, always has to continue being abuser. Has to be a fucking piece of shit, you know? Well. And, you know, we're gonna get into, like, the real funny, like, ridiculous, like, hypocrisy burning that he's trying to do with, like, all this stuff. Because it's just pure sympathy baiting from this motherfucker. He doesn't care or really give much of a fuck at all because, you know, we're gonna get into it. He had this motherfucker on, this, arch conspiracy theorist, Dan Saltine Cracker Man, a Dan Saltine Man, dude who tried to cancel Twitter, not Twitter, but Twitch with his, like, stupid attempt at, like, a fucking Adpocalypse 2 electric fucking boogaloo. But, you know, we'll get to this. You know, he's talking about how Hasan, like, I don't know, went to a brothel, doing the fucking stupid brothel conspiracism with this dumb fucking motherfucker, and the P. Diddy conspiracy, which is just, like, a thing that's, like, being twisted in a particular way. But, yeah, well, you know, we'll get to this. We'll get to that eventually.
Or my content.
Oh no.
The past 24 hours have been very shocking. It has been...
In what way?
Very alarming.
Uh-huh.
And I don't really know what to think.
Here, okay, I got you, alright? The sexual harassment is bad. Also, what do you mean by very alarming? What, has your father, like, gotten harassment or something? Has he gotten, like, I don't know, stern messages saying, like, hey, being an abuser is bad? Oh, fuck! Shit! Oh, fuck! I'm alarmed. I'm shocked. I am dismayed. Get the fuck out of here, dude. It's complete fucking nonsense. But let's see. What fucking crackpot conspiracism are we cooking with here with our good egg pal Tectone, and I think also that dumbass NuxTaku is here as well. Two troglodytes. Actually, 3 troglodytes. Let's see what these the gaggle of morons has cooking today.
I genuinely do believe that Hasan is one of the worst people on the internet, and the reason I say that is that he is a closeted anti-Semite. It really doesn't make
very funny coming from the dude who is literally doing a podcast and is one of the right-hand men of Sexpestiny, who is currently embroiled in a fucking lawsuit. Destiny lawsuit. I don't want a Destiny 2 content. Destiny streamer lawsuit. And we know, like, a lot of stuff has been brought to very, very much so to light. Like, he's been sharing fucking revenge porn videos with Discord kittens. Like, okay, bro. Because he's, like, a freakazoid, dumbass, like, sex pest. But whatever, man. Sure. But Hasan is way worse because he's anti-Semitic, despite the fact that he did a debate against Ethan Klein where he debunked a bunch of like really idiotic conspiracy theories that you probably also believe in because you're a complete nonce yourself. But you know, well, that guys, you know, guys, I think that the Turkish guy is way worse than my sex pest friend, so right hand man that I do a podcast with. Don't you blame Factorio for this. Factorio did nothing wrong. Factorio catching strays, you know, for no reason. But wait, let's see. What do we got here?
Make a difference if Hasan's there or not. So Twitch is the problem, not Hasan.
Him going out there, believing rape allegations with no evidence, but then he'll deny that the Hamas terrorists, which by the way have a massive UN report describing what they did, that he'll deny. But everyone...
Hey, dumbass, because since you don't know anything, literally in that UN report, it quite literally says... Whoa, crazy that like Israel has made it harder for the UN to be able to conduct its investigations and has tainted the evidence because of the Zaka post-disaster response teams going in and tainting the evidence. Whoa, crazy.
Everyone else is a rapist. If he doesn't like you, you're a rapist. If he likes you, like if you're a terrorist, for example, well, then you're probably a wonderful man.
Hasan, he directly supported the actions of the Houthis. And
This is really funny coming from fucking NuxTaku, the fucking same dude who's currently supporting Trump and is a fucking dumb fuck right-winger. Dude, if anything, you're a fucking terrorist, but sure, man.
Bro, 10 toes down, Nobel Peace Prize. That's more than just some action.
I want to understand what would happen right now, Tectone, if you were to come on here and say, I 10 toes down support ISIS, and what they're doing in the Middle East is based. I feel like if you did that on Twitch, there is no chance that you would be able to...
Oh, I see. Dan Saltman has to do the conflation of Palestine, of all the Palestinians, of all the Arab states to ISIS. Excellent work, Dan, you fucking nonce.
to remain on that website. And they are both terrorist organizations. There we go.
Nice to meet you,
Sure,
Dan.
man.
Yeah.
I know you guys have no idea who each other are, but I'm going to give a brief introduction of you guys to my chat. I don't know who these two lovely individuals are. At the top right is a wonderful VTuber that I've known for a very long time. One of probably the most hated VTubers in the VTuber community. I think he's a wonderful guy. By the name of NuxTaku. He covers everything from anime reacts
Sure,
to
man.
also essentially having a microscope on everything Hasan does in his entire life, as well as anything going on in the political sphere, which I think you're actually doing a wonderful job of. I've watched a couple of your videos.
Doesn't Nux have like 50 fucking videos obsessively going over anything that Hasan does and says, and like Hasan has like never mentioned this fucking weird freak? Keep in mind, let's not forget exactly what Nux fucking did. The only reason why he has done the stupid, dumb fucking right-wing pivot that he has is because he's been exposed for being a fucking weirdo and a freak. That's why. He's lost, like, whatever semblance of an audience that he used to have. He used to have a podcast with Mudahar. That got fucking canceled because he got exposed for being a fucking weirdo. And for whatever reason, he seems to have, like, think that he's, like, best friends with Jaden Animations, which is really fucking weird. But yeah, he's just a fucking freak.
Oh, thank you so much. I also have a Candace Owens franchise too. All the anti-Semites. We cover all of them.
Okay, great. And then in the top left, we have Dan Saltman, the co-host, I believe Bridges with Destiny?
Anything else? Close enough, though.
Okay, anything else close. Yeah, one of the scariest human beings on the entire platform. I actually DM'd this guy at 3 a.m. last night. And I said, Dan, you know you scare the fuck out of me. he just had this aura about him. Truly...
Bro, imagine being scared of this fucking conspiratorial fucking freak. Really? You're scared of fucking Dan Saltine. Okay, bro. Like, sure, man. Guys, I'm ready. I'm ready for the whatever bumblefuck idiot nonsense from Dan Saltine and the DGGers. Let's go, guys.
Well-informed individual is a very scary thing in 2025, and a man who can fight things with truth rather than people who just make shit up to destroy people's lives. I think it's even more horrifying because
that is fucking hilarious that you're saying this about Dan Saltman, who cooked up a complete utter conspiracy theory in order to try to make Twitch go through an adpocalypse. Like, complete utter conspiracy theory with that stupid... But if I recall correctly, basically what the conspiracy was is he was talking about how for some time Twitch was blocking emails from Israeli and Palestinian IPs. He never likes to mention any of the like the fact that Palestinian IPs were also being blocked from creating Twitch accounts through their emails. He never mentions that, but okay, sure. I'm not expecting much consistency from dumbasses like Dan Saltman, but whatever, sure, cool, fantastic. And basically, the conspiracism is that this was a deliberate decision done by Twitch because of anti-Semitism, as like a very, very brief summary. When no, the reasoning for as to why Twitch did it is because when October 7th happened, Twitch didn't want a bunch of, well, new accounts to be created of people streaming, whatever, like, atrocities that were happening during the attacks on October 7th, or whatever attacks that the IDF were going to do when they would do their retaliation on the Palestinians. That's why they were blocked. But we have to, like, cook up some stupid anti-Semitic conspiracy theory because, I don't know, like, Dan Saltman himself is, in fact, well, anti-Semitic. Let's be honest here. Having to do, like, the whole, like, stupid conflation of, like, the actions of the state to, like, every fucking Jewish person within Israel. But, standard bullshit like this.
Yeah, I think Dan's a great guy. So, that was a really formal introduction. But I guess I just wanted to ask, just to get things started, Dan, because I talked to Nux about this the other day, what's with your thoughts with everything going on with Twitch right now and the political content there?
Well, I think that Twitch is at a crossroads. If you look at Twitch as a platform, we have probably the last of the Mohicans, if you can say, to adapt to the new administration, I guess. You've seen Facebook, you've seen Twitter, even Reddit to a certain extent, has made changes as a result of basically trying to bend the knee to Trump and trying to save business and trying to make sure that Section 230 stays in the existing place that it is and that they can continue making money and running their operations. And I think that Twitch is in a unique position because it's very isolated, I believe, and Amazon has kind of overlooked it for a long time, and now we are getting into a position where they're starting to not be able to overlook what's going on over there because it's starting to bleed into their existing business, and it's not going well. In an era where every other streaming site had growth, you have Twitch that lost viewership and lost more revenue last quarter than anything else. I don't know how you explain that type of decline, except for the fact that they are an entirely ideologically captured organization. I'm a left-leaning person. I'm not a MAGA Republican or anything along those lines. So,
left-leaning, sure, man. I don't believe. Don't believe this man's lies for even 3 seconds, dude. He's totally okay with, like, turning fucking Palestinian children into mulch. Yeah. But guys, I'm, like, really left-leaning. I'm heckin' super heckin' wholesome merino and heckin' based and stuff. I just don't, like, I just think, like, Palestinians need to be turned into mulch, guys. Like, don't worry about it. Haha. Yeah, dude, you're totally heckin' wholesome, epic, big chungus, left-leaning person over here. Sure, man. Yet you fucking do defense for sex pest criminal Sexpestiny. But he's totally, guys. He's just a little baby boy. He's just a little baby boy.
Yeah, I guess when I look at it, it's sad, but it is what it is. Shame.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
Did Twitch even lose viewership? I'm curious about that. Has Twitch been lose? Because he's been on this, like, fucking complete nonsense for, like, the past year at this point. I'm curious. Yes, Twitch has experienced it. Well, this is the AI overview. Yes, Twitch has experienced a decline in viewership, particularly since its peak in 2021. So that was during COVID, which, guess what? That was under every fucking streaming platform had peak fucking viewership during COVID because everyone was working from home, Dan. Crazy. While the platform saw a surge in popularity during the pandemic, recent data indicates a year-over-year drop in watch time. This decline is noticeable in factors like average concurrent viewers and total watch hours. Isn't this consistent with every streaming platform? Viewership losses for streaming platforms. Streaming services are experiencing Viewership losses due to a combination of factors, including rising subscription costs, which Twitch doesn't really have. Like, I don't know if Turbo has gone up really much in cost. Maybe it has, but I don't think it really matters. Competition from other streaming platforms and the increasing popularity of short-form content platforms like TikTok, which is why you have even like Twitch implementing their own like short-form content, well, platforms. So, whoa, crazy. It's happening to all of them. It's happening to all of them. So, no, this isn't just a Twitch thing. This is an every platform thing. But whatever, you know. I'm not expecting like any like basis of thought or consistency at all from a dumbass like Dan Saltman.
Yeah, I think the stuff with Hasan was being blasted on, what, Fox News? And what was it, CNN?
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot more of that coming up as well.
One can only hope.
Yeah, I mean, like, I know that, you know, as you can find that I talk to him every once in a while, but, like, he's very, you know, he's removed, he's doing his own thing. Like, I'm fine to be this cabal Discord Jew that meets up on Fridays with all the Jews across the world in secret meetings. Like, I'll play that part. I'm happy. I have reached out to all of these organizations to give them information, because I genuinely do believe that Hasan is one of the worst people on the internet. And the reason I say that is that he is a closeted anti-Semite, and he uses, you know, very fancy, like, kind of the Hasan system, if you will, to try and avoid all, avoid, like, all discussion of what he does. He's very crafty with the way he dodges it. But the truth is, Twitch presents itself as this PG-13.
I can't believe that Hasan is so crafty with the way that he is anti-Semitic by debunking anti-Semitic conspiracy theories like the double Nakba theory and debunking theories and propaganda from, well, Nazis and a lot of other apparatchiks. Yeah, I'm trying to like understand exactly in what way is like Hasan like an anti-Semite here. Because he thinks that Zionism is bad. Well, that's what it really is with Dan Saltman. He thinks that Zionism is good and that Palestinian kids should be turned into mulch. So that's the problem, right? He's okay with the murder of Palestinians, so therefore Hasan has to be anti-Semitic because of, well, the fact that, darn, he thinks that Israel shouldn't be murdering a bunch of people. Curses, grr,
website where you can get banned for 2 weeks if you call someone fat. I'm not sure if you're aware of that or not, Tectone, but that is a very fair punishment. If you call someone fat, you may get a 2-week ban.
Yeah,
but,
I just don't get that shit. Like, even so, like, once again, I understand. Sure, give me a warning, give me a week off, but I think 2 weeks for calling somebody fat is fucking crazy.
I agree. But
grievances.
I'm okay with this as long as it goes one of two directions. So you want to be.
I mean, I do think that's a bullshit ban. I mean, Tectone only got banned for 2 days. Yeah, sure, we can say that's a stupid fucking ban. Okay, I don't disagree with that. It is a ridiculous ban, but like again, how many do we? It's one of Frogan's more recent pictures. She's not fat anymore. Chubby? Sure. Fat? No. Silly. You just did it because you're a fucking asshole. That's why you said that.
PG, safe space where you can't call someone fat, and fine, that's okay with you, right? You want to do that. But if you're going to do that, that has to be enforced consistently across the platform. You can't do that for some creators and then not for other creators.
Yeah, that's also a good question, Boy Meets Mini. Why the fuck does it matter? Also, what do you mean it's not enforced for other fucking matters? Your fucking stupid dumb fuck conspiracy theory got 5 different Arab creators banned for a month. 5 smaller creators, for that fact, because you and fucking Ethan Klein ginned up a complete fucking mob over a conspiracy theory, over a complete nonsense and conjecture, over just rancid fucking bullshit. Like, let's be fucking honest here, over just rank bunk propaganda where you basically were just like, oh yeah, like all these people are arch anti-Semites because of a fucking dumb fucking hummus fucking tier list, which Ethan himself has also admitted that it wasn't about the anti-Semitism, that it was always about the fucking hummus itself. It's nonsense. Yet, you know, because in reality, we all know what this was about. It was about being racist and attacking Arab and other minority, smaller content creators for the express purposes of, I don't know, simping out for your fucking daddy fucking destiny. That's it. Like, yeah, honestly, bro is just mad.
It's obvious that Twitch is both desperate for viewership, but also desperate to keep its ideological weapon, right? Because I think it was Tyson.
They've all been fucking losing viewership. Every streaming service has been losing viewership. All of them.
the other day that was on stream, like, like dry humping someone, and nothing happened, right? There was no ban. If that was you, if that was anyone else, you get banned. I mean, we have actual evidence of people doing this type of stuff getting banned. They're desperate for viewership, so they won't go against their top stars, and they're desperate to push their really extremely far left ideology. And as I said, I'm a left-leaning person, but these guys are essentially like communists at this company, and I'm not a communist. So these people are more dangerous because
What fucking, like, what, again, like, this dude just loves crafting just rank conspiracy theories. Yeah, dude, DJ Clancy is, like, fucking comrade, the reincarnation of Mao, talking about, like, wanting to murder a bunch of landlords or some shit, and has, like, his sets, like, is setting his sights on you specifically, motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking about?
to come back to this. Because this site presents itself as a PG safe space where you can't say anything bad about someone, it becomes especially nefarious when you push someone like Hasan on the general public as on the homepage, because, oh, so Twitch is like Disney. They wouldn't have anything bad on their homepage. And now you have Hasan, who's out there, who's basically promoting stuff about, and Frogan, like, veterans are bad. I hope they get PTSD. And I want to be clear with you guys, because you guys seem to be, I don't know if you know this.
He retracted that statement. Dan is just lying. He's simply just lying. She said, like, I didn't actually really mean that. She, like, literally, she said all of the fucking veterans who should be getting PTSD are the fucking motherfuckers who are only doing it for their Camaro, trying to get their fucking bag. Fuck those guys. But more specifically, if you are a veteran who has recognized and realized the crimes of what the United States has done, we're chill. I don't really have much of a problem with you. These motherfuckers always seem to really like leaving out that particular bit of context.
Frogan did not get banned for wishing PTSD upon veterans. That never happened.
Yeah, it was the Arab to Jew tier list.
That was it,
Yeah.
okay? And that Arab to Jew tier list, okay? Explain this to me. Is what they did a bannable offense on Twitch? Okay, so I think the answer now is yes, because they got banned, but I'm not sure. So it's a bannable offense, okay?
They only got banned because of like the obvious backlash. It's not like anyone cared about the term of service or anything.
Yeah, so fair.
Because it wasn't about fucking Jewish people, you fucking troglodytes. That's the problem. It was a complete, utter, and bunk conspiracy theory that this motherfucker that you're currently talking to, this fucking saltine bitch-ass motherfucker who's so fucking salty and so mad about the fact that his fucking sex pest criminal friend is credibly fucking alleged of being a fucking sex pest and a criminal and has to go through a lawsuit about it. And literally, you want to know the fucking lawyer that Destiny's hired? The same motherfucker who has represented a lot of fucking Me Too, well, not victims, but perpetrators like Harvey Weinstein and P fucking Diddy. But yeah, you want to fucking crimp out for that fucking man's. Okay, dude.
It was because it was on the official Twitch channel. I think that's really what hit them. Like, if it would have been on their own little streams, that's one thing. But they can't turn a blind eye.
Hey, retard. I know you're fucking stupid because you're mad about the fact that you got fucking exposed for being a little weirdo creepazoid, so you decided to do this fucking right-wing pivot tour, okay? I know that you're fucking really stupid. Your brain does not function properly anymore, but this was shit that was dug up from over a year ago. This was from TwitchCon, like, I think 2023, that all these stupid fucking DGGers went in to dig up, and then this motherfucker, this saltine bitch-ass motherfucker, decided to fucking gin up a conspiracy over. But okay, dude.
If it was broadcasted on the official Twitch channel.
Of course, and what happened to the person that put this thing together, which I believe was Mary Kish at Twitch? Nothing, right? And in the past, Mary Kish has worked directly with Frogan, or not Frogan, another creator, to put out some promotional Ramadan posts on the official Twitch channel, right? So, Mary Kish has also gone out there and retweeted, like, neo-Nazi accounts that are putting, like, this whole hospital bombing thing that Israel supposedly do, that Hasan was like, oh, it's a JDAM, when it wasn't, and it was, not. And of course for them, context matters when it matters, and when it doesn't, it doesn't, but it's part of the game.
Oh no! Israeli missiles. Now, was it a JDAM? Who cares? They still bomb fucking hospitals. Okay? Who gives a shit about, like, what weapons were used? What, are these, like, Israeli, like, made missiles? They were probably missiles given by the US. You stupid bitch-ass motherfucker. But, okay. Cool. And that's a lot of hospitals that they've attacked. 36 hospitals. Okay. Let's see. Anything about JDAMs? Nothing about JDAMs. But probably, like, artillery and missile strikes. But, oh no, let's, like, hyper-focus specifically on the weapon fucking used. Yeah, they've bombed, like, it doesn't matter. They've bombed literally everything. Refugee camps, synagogues, churches, World Heritage sites. Whatever. Just bomb all of them. Okay.
So, anyways, yeah, that whole situation was insane, right? So if they deserve to be banned, why did you take so long to ban them? And if they didn't deserve to be banned, why did you ban them?
Because they banned my ass fast as fuck for that. I think it was, what, 8 hours? And I got banned with 2 weeks, which thankfully I appealed, which let me see the new implementation they're trying to do for Twitch streamers to reform, which is the 12-question pamphlet that on question 4 said, and I quote, if you wished harm on any military soldiers or say that they deserve their injuries, is it a bannable offense? And the answer was yes, or whether it was a bannable offense. So that also completely set me the fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm a veteran as well. I hated my military service, though, so I guess we're a little bit different there. But that said, Twitch, especially in the last week, is showing its colors. So you had Mike from TA threatening another partnered Twitch creator. Nothing happened. You had Hasan directly saying he supported the actions of the Houthis. I don't say he supported the Houthis. He directly supported the actions of the Houthis, and nothing happened.
Bro, 10 toes down, Nobel Peace Prize.
So, Hasan was broadly speaking talking about how he does not really care about the actions of the Houthis, who are a part of the International Criminal Court, of which, leaders of the state of Israel have warrants out for, and as a part of the International Criminal Court, it is up for any signatory of the court to do everything possible within their ability and power in order to be able to bring justice to the people that are perpetrating crimes against humanity. Yet again, remember, the Houthis, when there was a ceasefire, they stopped the attacks on the shipping for about a month. But you're never going to see in any of these fucking stupid bitch-ass motherfuckers talk about any of that stuff. Because they don't fucking care, because none of them fucking know about any of the events on the fucking ground. Nonsense. Just complete fucking morons, dude.
That's what some actions.
I want to understand what would happen right now, Tectone, if you were to come on here and say, I 10 toes down support ISIS, and what they're doing in the Middle East is based. I feel like if you did that on Twitch, there is no
same
chance that you
fucking
would be able to
ISIS
remain on that website.
conflation
And
yet again.
Terrorist organizations. So Twitch has chosen not to enforce the rules when either it can affect their bottom line, which is retarded because Hasan is and is about to cost them a fuck ton more money than he's making.
Millions of dollars going to cost them. There's just no way.
By the way, advertise on twitch.com for anyone out there who wants to check it out. Like, seriously, just go check the site. 2 minutes of your time, literally, to actually bring some awareness to what's going on Twitch. It's a great website.
What's it called? Pull it up right now.
Yeah, advertise on twitch.com.
Okay, advertise.
How can they prove that? It doesn't matter. Like, who cares? It's all like I said before. These people are no different than fucking conservatives when it comes to like ginning up a fucking outrage mob. Boy meets many. These people will engage in the exact same fucking tactics as fucking dumb fuck idiot gamer gators. They don't need proof or anything for any of the positions that they're talking about. It doesn't matter. They can just say it, and if they can gin up enough like rage in support for it, then it doesn't matter. They're going to be able to accomplish what they want, and that is getting people banned off of the fucking platform. Because for these motherfuckers, it's never been about, like, anti-Semitism or fighting against, like, conspiracism or whatever. None of these people fucking care about any of that shit, okay? They've never given a flying fuck. It's all about causing pain and harassment to others. That is the point.
I would just say to your viewers, everyone else, like, listen, don't be like the guy. When someone says, like, hey, someone call 911, and everyone's like, I ain't fucking calling 911 or all that shit. Just be that guy who presses the button to email.
Bro, my house got struck by lightning. What? That is a crazy bad omen.
Omens aren't real. Don't believe it.
Maybe the YouTube overlord told me not to go on to advertise on Twitch.com.
Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe they were upset that you weren't pushing hard enough.
That's probably what it was. We're back.
All the Jews controlling the weather really dropped the ball on this one.
You're going a little slow, so I had to send some lightning your way. Sorry.
yeah. My bad. By the way, I'm not like,
I like how these dudes also engage in like the exact same like anti-Semitic sort of like conspiracism. It's like, yeah, the Jew fucking controlled weather devices. It was definitely that, but like they want to make like have a fucking conniption about Hasan engaging in fucking anti-Semitism. Like I said before, like none of these people give there's no standards. None of these people fucking care at all. But you know what? Because if Hasan were to make the exact same joke, I guarantee you, this gaggle of like complete fucking rejects and motherfuckers would have like such a conniption about it. Be like, I can't believe that Hasan made that fucking Marjorie Taylor tier fucking conspiracy theory about Jews controlling the weather. Guaranteed. I guarantee it.
I don't really think I identify with any specific. Let me talk about being Jewish later. As you were, Dan, I was talking about to advertise on Twitch.com.
Yep. Oh, sorry. So, yeah, basically just go to the website and do it. It takes 1 minute, and you'll actually fuck over Twitch as a result of doing this because they're not going to change on their own. Hasan, like they're content to let Hasan keep doing what he's doing. So fuck it. I mean, I'm fine with it. Like honestly, I said this at the beginning. I feel people don't believe it, and it is still true. If Hasan stopped doing what he doing today, I wouldn't give a shit about him. Realistically speaking, Hasan.
I don't believe him for even a second here. I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I do not believe him. This is fucking profitable and efficacious for Dan Saltman over here to do. Constantly harassing like other left-wing creators. Yeah, he's too obsessed and he's too close to Destiny. Because Destiny's perfectly fine with all this fucking harassment that the fucking this generates because it's content for him. Complete fucking I don't believe him for a second. He's lying when he says stuff like this.
Is just a symptom of Twitch. If Hasan like disappeared tomorrow and like went to some niche streaming website, just someone else would step into his shoes, and it's because Twitch as a company wants to push this type of so it really doesn't make a difference if Hasan's there or not. He's just a lightning rod, if you will, of what's going on. So
the root of the problem is Twitch. Like again, like which is it? Like you're talking out both sides of your fucking mouth. Twitch is the problem. Hasan is the problem. Mike from PA is the problem. The TOS is the problem. Like which is it? What is it? Your story isn't exactly straight here. Probably because he doesn't have a story to operate off of. It's just idle conjecture and conspiracism, which is what is spurring this on. Which is why, like I said before, the basis of his conspiracy theory is complete, utter nonsense. There's just no evidence. There's no proof. I've even seen the fucking code itself. This could have been a potential oversight that was done by coders at Twitch. That happens all the fucking time. And they even said some of the fucking reasoning for as to why they did what they did. They said because we don't want fucking dumbass atrocities to be streamed on our fucking platform from either anyone that's like affiliated with Israel or anyone that's affiliated from Palestine. Because they just didn't want like there to be fucking whatever like bombings streamed on their fucking platform. You idiots.
Talk about Hasan. He's just the easiest target because he makes himself an easy target as a result of that. So, if you want Twitch to stop like endorsing like anti-American, anti-veteran shit and pushing it specifically, you gotta hit them in basically where it counts, which is literally their advertisers. And it sucks. I don't enjoy it, but they're retarded. They won't stop.
Has Twitch even been losing that many advertisers? Have they been? Has Twitch been losing advertisers? Is there any evidence for this? Twitch is reportedly losing a number of advertisers after the platform was recently accused of anti-Semitism. In October 2024, it came to light that people are attempting to create a Twitch account from Israel Palestine were being blocked. Again, Dan Saltman will never talk about the Palestine part of the equation, only the Israel part of the equation, because, you know, he hates Palestinians. Dan Can't Stream tells Turkey Tom that Twitch lost 70% of their advertisers. I don't fucking believe that even for a fucking second. There's no fucking way. Ad revenue has plummeted. Again, this was all reported 5 months ago. What is it now? Do we know? Twitch, what? Ad revenue chart. Do we know? What's like the breakdown? Twitch revenue and usage statistics. Stream on the platform once a month. Hours of content was consumed on the platform. Where's the revenue? Obviously, we don't exactly know where what's the current revenue for this year, because this year has just started, but this is more than likely attributed. So it peaked during COVID, right? So the revenue was about what in $20-50 million. So this would be about $2 billion, and it's going down. It's at about $1.8 billion, which has been an 8.1% decline. But this can be attributed, broadly speaking, to the fact that, well, a lot less people are watching the platform now because of the pandemic being gone. And this is also like, what? a broader problem with streaming services. But yeah, 70%. That's not, you're off by a factor of about 9. But okay. Users have also gone down. But again, why is this the case? This can be broadly, yet again, attributed to the fact that we are no longer in the pandemic era. So, Dan is just, he's either lying or he's over-exaggerating. I'm going to say that he's doing a bit of both. Hours watched, obviously, is also down as a result. Makes sense. And, whoa, look at this. In terms of hours watched. Now, YouTube gaming is starting to catch up a little bit. Twitch is still the undisputed king in terms of watch hours. Which means in terms of audience retention and everything. In terms of people being on the fucking platform. Guess what? Twitch is still on top. So, okay, cool. What else? From, like, other conspiracism from these gaggles of morons.
I definitely think Twitch is at fault here for sure. I think they're the main villain of the story. I don't think saying that Hasan without Twitch is not dangerous, personally. I think we're living in a podcast presidency right now, where loud voices online have a crazy amount of impact. So I am inclined to think that a radical terrorist supporter on the internet, whether he's on Twitch or on YouTube or on whatever other platform, I think that's also pretty dangerous.
Yeah, these two motherfuckers are the ones who are supporting the current terrorist fucking president who's deporting people without due process and is thinking about not even just deporting people with no habeas corpus. But okay, Hasan is the fucking main terrorist supporter. Get your fucking head out of your ass, you fucking troglodytes.
Yeah, I mean, he's dangerous specifically because he hides his power level to like the AOCs and the Bernies, and then he draws in these people, and then he's like, hey guys, did you know that Jews can go back to Iraq right now if they want to? Yeah, there isn't a single Jew in Israel.
What are you fucking talking? Oh, well, here comes the double Nakba fucking conspiracy theory. Let's fucking go.
I can't leave, and it's just that type of stuff is dangerous. And
did you see Frogan on a podcast when they said what should they do in Israel? It's like all the Jews in Israel should just move back to Brooklyn where they came from. It's like what are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But
hey, people who pretend to be hyperbole enjoyers. That is what we call in the business hyperbole. Whoa. Crazy. Because guess what? The joke is that there are a lot of New York Jews from Brooklyn who moved to Israel. That is a fact. You do interviews with these people, a bunch of them are going to be motherfuckers from Brooklyn. That is where the joke stems from. Fucking Christ.
But I would say also, another important thing is, like, I saw Hasan go on a rant last night where he was going on and on about context and how he was so dishonest, and if he did anything that was dishonest, his audience would hold his feet to the fire.
That's not true.
Of course not.
Yeah.
But that's part of the game, Hasan. I expect you to say. So the difference is that, and I think people give me a lot of shit for this because I say it, whereas other people lie about it. I will make you look as bad as possible because you're a bad person and there's enough source material to do it. I don't feel bad about taking a screenshot of the homepage and putting it on my Twitter feed because you are doing the same thing. You're more cagey about it, right? Like, you want to talk about shit that happened in 2009 when one of my 30 investors, like this is insane. You went to a Diddy party. Like, I'm fine. Let's do it. Let's go. So, and that's one of the other good things about Hasan is that.
One of your 30 investors. Who's that investor that you're not mentioning? And then you're bringing up Hasan going to a Diddy party. We've already debunked this conspiracy theory. Hasan Diddy party. I know the stream he's talking about. I need the quote. So Hasan Diddy party clip. Why don't we get the exact fucking quote? I walked into this, like, back-like sphere, Epcot-looking thing in the back of, like, the house that P. Diddy was renting and was throwing after parties at Coachella. And they were playing, like, these crazy things for people who were high. Not me, of course. I was only on a quarter of mushrooms. Quarter ounce, I'm gonna guess. Or some shit. That's typically how those things are fucking measured. No, I didn't want to fucking search that. Fuck you. And one of the things that they were playing was, like, this little girl. This, like, supposedly attractive, very young girl. Now, I understand that these dumbasses don't understand what the term supposedly means. But that doesn't mean that Hasan thinks the girl was attractive. He's saying supposedly because she's being framed as trying to be attractive. Opening up a Christmas gift. And I think I told you about this where I was like, this is some really weird Alex Jones style pedo thing here. Yeah, he's not saying this because he thinks the girl is attractive. Now, we could talk about phrasing here not being the best. Okay, sure, you can have that fucking semantical argument. I'm not very interested in fucking engaging with that. But the term supposedly is the key here. Very, very fucking crazy. Because he's saying that the girl is being framed as being attractive. He is not saying that he thinks the girl was attractive. That is a lie. You are spreading a lie if you think that. Just because you go to XYZ party doesn't mean you endorse everything that happens there. But yeah, I don't expect any of these fucking morons to fucking... They don't care. They're making their money to spread their stupid dipshit propaganda to just be dumb and fucking annoying. But, Oh, 100% Boy Meets Mini. Do you think that these motherfuckers knew that Diddy was sus? Did Hasan know that Diddy was sus? He probably heard of stories that Diddy was weird, but this was before all the, real tangible shit about what Diddy did was uncovered. He was talking about a Coachella from 12 fucking years ago. Now, back then, Hasan was probably maybe a D-list, E-list fucking celebrity or whatever. People probably kind of knew of him, broadly in the commentary, news, media sphere, because, he's always lived in the area. He's always been in the media, and broadly speaking, did people know him? No, probably some people are aware of him. Probably not huge stars like P. Diddy was back in the fucking day. But whatever. It's nonsense. I knew he was a slimy businessman for years, but not the PDF stuff until the revelations dropped. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that must mean you're a fucking creep, Boy Meets Mini. But apparently these guys don't understand what the term supposedly is doing here. But I expect no less from these complete fucking troglodytes.
So a lot of people, I think they get very litigious and things along those lines. Oh, I'm gonna sue him. I'm gonna do that. Hasan, because he is so actually stupid. He has said enough, basically just flat out incorrect lies. I think he called me a pedophile a few times at this point.
Who has called a pedophile?
So when you do that, the good part of that is that now you have the ability to go all in on Hasan, because he can never bring a claim of anything against you, because it's just, hey, you want to say that I'm talking about your brothel visit out of context, which by the way I never have, right? I've always said Hasan is a creepy fucking pervert that pays for sex with probably exploited women at a brothel. He admits.
You literally just okay.
To it, that he went to a brothel and did it. And in the past, that brothel was rated for what people call a brutal and exploitative system of human trafficking. And a guy went to jail for having a minor there as well. I'm not sure if Hasan...
Yeah, because Hasan knew when he went to that particular brothel. So first off, this story has constantly changed. He went to a brothel in Amsterdam, and that brothel got busted because of tax fraud, not because of sex trafficking. But there was another brothel that apparently these motherfuckers think Hasan went to, which got busted for sex trafficking. But I don't know if... Was Hasan even at that brothel? I think it was a brothel in Germany. See, you notice how Dan is being very non-specific here about many of his fucking claims. Because he's not being very specific. Because if you look into this, or if you know anything about it, you look into this for literally 3 seconds, you can just be like, oh... He's just completely lying. He conceals the lie for anyone not astute enough to know. Unfortunately for Dan Saltman, I am astute enough to know because I am, a fucking autistic loser on the internet, I guess.
I was there at the exact same time, but Hasan loves to say, actually, they were rated for tax evasion and they had to give a fine back. Okay, a dude still went to jail. He still fucked prostitutes that probably didn't want to be fucking Hasan's greasy dick for no reason, right?
Again, which... Hasan brothel. So Hasan Piker said he went to a brothel, igniting sex work debate. Tweeted a video from inside of a strip club where a young man wearing one of his t-shirts gets a lap dance. Took the video, sent it to Piker. She told me that she had everyone's consent who appeared in the video record to share it. Okay, the tweet reignited the endless debate about whether sex work is exploitation, with some of Piker's fans accusing him of taking advantage of what they perceive to be an inherently exploitative type of work. I don't care about that. I want to see the whatever the fuck stupid conspiracy theory. One of the people arguing in Twitter about the lap dance, they tweeted the video between Piker and XQC was banned from Overwatch League for using homophobic insults. I've had sex with, not even escorts. I've gone to a brothel, Artemis, in Berlin, and had sex with the workers there, he said. Piker has been outspoken on streams and Twitter before about sex workers' rights. I'm in a space dominated by gamers, where some of the more vocal minorities have reactionary viewpoints against sex work and sex workers, sometimes women in general, so it comes up more often than you think, he told me. So this is him talking about to the Vice reporter. Okay. All this set off the debate. In 2016, Berlin authorities raided Artemis in a human trafficking investigation. Piker said that the clip is from a few months ago, but his visit to Artemis was around 2010. Now, did he fucking know? So this is a human trafficking investigation. Okay. There was an investigation in 2016. He visited this fucking club in 2010. Did he know that there was a human trafficking problem at this fucking whatever the fuck brothel at the time? Probably not. We can make that assumption. Some people on Twitter use this as a point to argue that all brothel keeping and all sex work is exploitative. Yeah, we're doing the fucking stupid like Maoist line, right? A line that sex work exclusionary radical feminists, SWERFs, used to make condition less safe for marginalized workers, pressuring platforms, payment processors, and lawmakers into pushing them further to the margins. It's one of the most popular and polarizing figures on Twitch. Piker regularly trends on Twitter for actions. Stupid House, after the Twitch hack, which revealed he's one of the most highly paid streamers. General thrust of criticism for making a lot of money from capitalism. Yep, just very dumb, but okay. Articles about the Artemis raid relied on police reports, which said that the brothel constituted a brutal and illegal system that severely exploited dependent women. Just because the cops say they conducted I love how fucking Dan Saltman literally he probably got this from this fucking exact article and refuses to go into this part. So, I'm going to do Dan Saltman's job for him. Just because the cops say they've conducted a human trafficking sting, however, doesn't necessarily mean there was any actual human trafficking happening. During raids, police have stolen from sex workers, brutally abused them, sexually assaulted them, and put them in handcuffs in the name of saving them. News reports about the raids almost always rely on the word of a police spokesperson, but cops frequently lie to the media. Well, I guess Dan Saltman also has to frequently lie to the media. Let's see. In the Artemis sting, the 6 people detained were accused of tax fraud and withholding Social Security contributions. And this is the person that Vice interviewed, one of the sex workers working at Artemis. I don't think sex work / stripping is inherently exploitative, Shay told me. Many of the arguments people have against sex work bring up the same conditions people in other industries experience. She said, bad customers, long hours, low wages, and strict schedules. It's not for everyone, she said, but for her it was freeing and often fun. Many sex workers argue that they went into their line of work not out of desperation, but because for some people it can pay well, offer flexible hours, and they enjoy it. I wish people on both sides would see we're just normal people going to work like everybody else. Cool. So, hey, there is no credible evidence to say that this was done because of a sting, because of sexual exploitation But there were 6 people that were detained and accused of tax fraud. But that's cool. Very excellent and fantastic. A lot of trans people end up going into it because they get weeded out of jobs otherwise by transphobic employers. Exactly. For a lot of people, I've made this argument before when it comes to sex work. For a lot of people, there is simply just no other option. Which is why a lot of these, like, stupid manosphere types who love to complain to the fucking nines about fucking sex work and sex workers, saying, oh, they're just exploiting the men in the relationship. They just hate men or whatever. It's all exploited to men or whatever the fuck. It's complete conjecture, generally speaking. A lot of the times, for example, and this is an example for Americans out there, a lot of women go into sex work with OnlyFans and stuff because they want to pay off their student loans. This happens very, very often. Of course, there are crappy customers, but that comes with any industry. The difference is if I have problems. I can either leave or my managers in security have my back and the customer is thrown out, Shay said. I go to work, get paid to entertain people, talk with them and have drinks with them, and I go home. People just have this perceived notion of what a strip club is like and what strippers are like, and it seems we're either victims or dirty whores undeserving of love. I wish people on both sides would see that we're just normal people going to work like everyone else. Wow, a pretty good point there by Shay. Piker added that legislation like Fight Online Sex Trafficking Act, I think this is FOSTA, right, has made it harder for sex workers to avoid the kind of abusive situations that people are talking about now. You know, shit like pimps and stuff like that, right? These are some of the most marginalized people on the planet for creating something many love and enjoy, he said. I shouldn't speak for them, but as someone who watches porn and is friends with many sex workers, I mean, one of his, like, his most recent girlfriend was also a sex worker, like, Janice, right? She's a porn star. As someone who cares about workers, would be hypocritical for me not to defend them. Sex work is real work. So, you know, going over all of this, in this article, Dan Saltman read only this line, but seemingly didn't read this line. And then read this line. So he is lying. Completely full of it. Moving on.
Probably had no other option. He is a fucking creepy ass motherfucker, old as fuck. I don't know why he keeps saying that I'm old when he is literally 4 years older than me. He is literally about to be turning 45 years old, and he's talking shit. It's like, bro, come on, man. He's losing his hair as well.
Hasan's that old?
Yes, he's so fucking old. I don't know why he lies about.
What? Hasan age. Isn't he like 33 or 30 something? Yeah. Like, what the fuck is this? How old is Dan Saltman? Like, Hasan is 33. How old are you? What? Let's see. I just want his age. Uh-huh. I mean, like... What? Like... This is how you know that this guy he's just a fucking complete fucking schizo. Like... That was like, whoa. Okay, sure, Dan.
About it either. He tries to go out there saying he's 33 or 34. He is so old.
Wait, I also thought he was 33.
Yeah, no, old, very old.
Like, are we for real, bro? Like, are we actually for real, bro? Like, Schizo. Hasan's in my head. He's 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 in my head.
Wait, what?
He might actually be close to 50 at this point. I'm not sure exactly. The thing is, the problem is that you have to really go look at some of these websites, like these very niche websites, and then they'll give you like information about how old Hasan is, you know, that and everything else. But you know, I can't be sure exactly. I haven't seen his passport, so I don't know. But you know, Hasan loves calling people old, and I mean, I'll tell you this: I'm not using finasteride for my hair. I'm not having sex with fucking prostitutes that probably needed to put fucking food on the table. That's a pretty fucking gross thing to do to support that industry, and then to come out there and do it. I also sure as fuck haven't been to a Diddy party. I've never even met the guy, but Hasan in the past.
We've already debunked all these fucking conspiracy theories, bro. Bro, you're fucking acting like you're fucking 50, okay? You're fucking acting like some, like, schizo fucking old man. Yeah, like, I mean, like, what the fuck is this? Like, the main argument is, like, he's, like, a creep sex worker, sex pest, or whatever the fuck, even though he currently is working with a fucking sex pest. Credible fucking sex pest. Like, this is nonsense. Like, at this point, if you believe anything that comes out of fucking Dan Saltman fucking bitch-ass motherfucker's mouth over here, you should just be completely discredited. Because it's just conspiracism. It's just nothing but conspiracy. All for the defense of his sex pest criminal friend.
Let's see what he did.
I mean, did you see the revenge porn stuff?
Yeah, I saw that as well. But it's also like Hasan said he wanted to go to a Diddy party, and then his girlfriend went to a Diddy party, and he knew what went on at the Diddy party, so he immediately broke up. He broke up. So he knew, like, so these times, by the way, when I took that investment, that was like 2009.
Yeah.
One of 30 investors. Hasan, the software.
Oh, so he did take an investment from P. Diddy. Okay. I knew he did take an investment for, what was it? It was that would have been Tiny Chat at the point, right? Wait, so, like, we're gonna complain about, like, fucking Hasan going to a Diddy party at fucking Coachella in 2012 when he probably didn't really know all that much about, like, if we want to be fucking credible, you know, and, like, sort of steelman fucking Hasan's position, because this motherfucker is incredibly dishonest. He doesn't give a fuck about being honest. So, did Hasan know in 2012 that P. Diddy was notorious for having weird fucking sex crime fucking parties all the time and weirdo fucking orgies? Yeah, there was, like, inklings. People thought, like, yeah, Diddy's a bit of a fucking weirdo, but we don't have, like, tangible proof. And now that tangible proof has come out. And again, if we are going off of, that's the Destiny thing, the Twitch revenue, there's, like, so much fucking shit I have open for this stuff to debunk all these conspiracy theories. There we go. If we're going off of this clip, we have the term supposedly here. This is a very important word. I've already explained why this is a very fucking important word. You know, supposedly. Saying, in essence, that the people who are looking at this young girl is supposed to be being framed as she is very desirable or attractive. That doesn't mean that Hasan thought she was attractive because of the fact that she was a young girl. That is dishonest. But, you know, expecting, like, nuance and the correct definitions of what terms mean in the string of a sentence, expecting that from motherfuckers like Dan Saltman with, you know, who is, you know, friends with a fucking weirdo sex pest. You know, that might be a little too much. I might be expecting a little too much here from a best friend of Sexpestiny.
We're talking about here, it's like 2012, 2015, 2019, 2020, 2022. So Hasan has had a consistent ongoing relationship, I would say, what does he call it? What Ethan Klein's like, partnership, I guess you could say, with Diddy. So you would say he partners with Diddy a little bit, right? So he's been to a Diddy party. He said that he wanted to go to a Diddy party when his girlfriend went to a Diddy party, and that's pretty crazy. You must be pretty plugged in to be invited to a Diddy party multiple times. But anyways, he went to a Diddy party very recently.
I mean, like, what are you supposed to say here besides schizo? Schizo. He's just a schizo.
He said he saw something that looked like child porn was there. Some young girl doing something. I don't know. Those are Hasan's words.
He didn't say it was child porn. He said it was an attractive child.
All right, I guess Hasan finds it's attractive. But anyways, yeah, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. So, like, Hasan is happy to push narratives that, whatever, that I'm a pedophile working directly for Diddy, that created a website that did it, even though I never met the guy, even though he had almost no equity compared to everyone else in the company. Even, like, there's a million one things. But for their context doesn't matter. For other stuff, context does.
Dan, for me, the craziest thing when it comes to context, there's nothing like him going out there, believing rape allegations with no evidence, but then he'll deny that the Hamas terrorists, which, by the way, have a massive UN report describing what they did, that he'll deny. But everyone else is a rapist.
Where's the fucking UN article? Sure, we'll do this debunk. I already did this debunk. We'll do it again. Reasonable grounds to believe conflict-related sexual violence occurred in Israel during October 7th attacks, senior UN official tells Security Council. There are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence, including rape and gang rape, occurred across multiple locations of Israel and the Gaza periphery during the attacks on October 7th, 2023. A senior United Nations official reported to the Security Council today as she presented findings from her visit to Israel and the occupied West Bank, following allegations of brutal sexual violence committed during and in the aftermath of the Hamas-led terror attacks. Pramila Patten, whatever, the special representative of the Secretary General on sexual violence in conflict, led an official visit to Israel from the 29th of January to the 14th of February to gather, analyze, and verify reports of sexual violence related to the October 7th attack. Due to the ongoing hostilities, the special representative did not request to visit Gaza, where other UN entities that monitor sexual violence are operational. What I witnessed in Israel were scenes of unspeakable violence perpetrated with shocking brutality, Ms. Patton recalled. Detailing her methodology, she said that her team met with families of hostages and members of communities displaced from several kibbutzim. It conducted confidential interviews with 34 individuals, including survivors and witnesses of the October 7th attacks, released hostages, first responders, and health and service providers. It visited 4 attack sites, as well as the morgue, which the bodies of victims were transferred, and reviewed over 5,000 photographic images and some 50 hours of footage of the attacks. It was a catalog of the most extreme and inhumane forms of killing, torture, and other horrors, including sexual violence, she stated. The team also found convincing information that sexual violence was committed against hostages, and has reasonable grounds to believe that such violence may be still ongoing to those in captivity, which I believe Hasan also, has never stated that he disagrees with. He would probably agree with this. That it's entirely possible that this is happening. While there are reasonable grounds that conflict-related sexual violence occurred in the Nova Music Festival, Route 232 in Kibbutz Re'im, reported incidents of rape could not be verified in other locations. So, they're saying, yes, we believe that it is reasonable to assume that there was rapes committed by Hamas, which is a position that Hasan agrees with. That is also a position I agree with, because, they're undisciplined, unorganized, radicalized militants. It is quite likely that there was sexual violence that has occurred. I don't think that is a ridiculous thing to say. Concurrently, the team determined that at least 2 allegations of sexual violence in Kibbutzim Be'eri, widely reported in the media, were unfounded. Now, I believe, I'm trying to remember who were the 2 families that were widely reported in the, Hasan has also mentioned their fucking names before. God, I don't remember the name of the family who has literally said to the Israeli media, can you please stop reporting on this? What you're saying is just not true. This did not happen. But, okay. Turning to the West Bank, I don't really care as much about the West Bank in this particular instance. We are talking purely about October 7th. Numerous, along with representatives, expressed shock over the incidents, the violence related to October 7th attacks, and special representatives' reports. Many urged Hamas to immediately release all hostages who, according to that report, can still be subjected to such acts. Some, including the representatives of the United States and France, criticized the Council's failure to condemn Hamas. There can be no doubt about what happened on October 7th, said the representative of the United States, pointing to the report's findings that several bodies, naked from the waist down, were recovered. Mostly women with hands tied and shot multiple times, often in the head. The report also indicated that the detention of Palestinians has been compounded by sexual violence. Nevertheless, she rejected the false equivalency between these actions and hostage-taking by a foreign terrorist organization. Incidents of sexual violence in Israel and the West Bank contained to the report another horrific dimension to the tragedy unfolding in the Middle East. Observed Guyana's delegate, nothing that at least 2 widely reported allegations of sexual violence were unfounded. She urged all parties to act responsibly and avoid sensationalizing headlines. We know that Israel has been constantly sensationalizing, like we know with like the fucking the 40 babies in ovens, shit like that, like a classic from the Iraq War with that one. Tariq Ahmed, Minister of State in the Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office of the United Kingdom, said that London is ready to provide support, including its team of experts on preventing sexual violence and conflict, and its toolkit that provides practical measures to address the stigma faced by survivors. All reports of sexual violence must be fully investigated to ensure justice for survivors and victims, he said, adding that justice delayed is justice denied. Many echoed that call for accountability, including Sierra Leone's delegate, who urged Israel to grant access to the office of the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, as well as the Independent International Commission of Inquiry in the Occupied Palestinian Territory, including East Jerusalem and Israel, to fully investigate all alleged violations. Whoa! So Israel has been getting in the way of the offices of the UN from being able to do proper work in order to investigate the allegations. Like this UN report, well, probably a summary of the report is saying, because I don't want to go, we're not going to go through the whole report. It's very, very long, and this is already probably going to be long enough as is. So, I wonder why Israel is not granting access to these human rights commissions to investigate further, to investigate all the allegations. Oh, because they wanted to sensationalize crazy in order to justify their genocide. The Russian Federation's delegate, however, questioned the UN's selective approach to visits in the region, including the Special Representative's recent trip, which did not cover the Gaza Strip. We are dealing with some sort of half-truth that in no way gives the full picture, she stressed, noting that the Special Representative's report was based on data received from the Israeli government rather than accounts of the October 7th victims. Oh, this is a pretty good point by the Russian representative here, that they're getting accounts and data from stuff from the Israeli government, who has a vested interest, as we have seen before, of sensationalizing headlines to further fucking justify the genocide, and is preventing a bunch of independent commissions and UN commissions from doing further investigations, making data collection a lot more difficult. Or the broader investigations a lot more difficult. But okay. She underscored that putting an end to violence, including sexual violence, will only be possible when we have objective and verified information. Excellent point by the Russian delegate. Calling for such impartiality was Algeria's delegate, who said that the special representative should have been granted authorization to visit the numerous detention centers where more than 3,484 Palestinian administrative detainees are held without trial. And we all know about the Israeli right to rape fucking protests. That's a thing that happens. Her presence in the Gaza Strip would have allowed her to witness firsthand the extent of sexual abuse inflicted upon Palestinians by occupying forces and convey it to the international community, he stressed. The plight of Palestinians is not a recent phenomenon, he continued, noting that only 3 criminal investigations have been initiated in response to 1,400 complaints about acts of torture since 2001. None have led to indictments. What the Palestinians, particularly women, endure is a litmus test for the credibility of international law and the global framework in Security Council resolutions, he underscored, urging an immediate end to ongoing atrocities. For his part, the permanent observer of the State of Palestine said that the Council has shown unprecedented reactivity by conveying a briefing on a report just released. For decades, similar reports regarding sexual assault against Palestinians have not led to the convening of a single council meeting. He then recalled that the special representative's mission did not seek to gather information or verify allegations in the occupied Palestinian territory, so as to not duplicate the ongoing work other UN entities there. Yet, none of these entities were invited today to present their findings, he pointed out, extending an invitation for the special representative to visit Gaza. He also pledged Palestine's readiness to cooperate with OHCHR and the Independent International Commission of Inquiry. So they can really check to see if Hamas has been doing as many rapes as the Israeli government is alleging. The council should demand that Israel do the same, since that country keeps saying that it has nothing to hide, he stated, adding, "Let the facts speak. Let the law decide." Israel Katz, Minister for Foreign Affairs of Israel, criticized the UN for remaining silent about Hamas's horrible acts for too long. According to the Special Representative's report, the killing of innocent men and women on October 7th were crimes against humanity. Yeah, no one fucking disagrees with that, you fucking moron. Like, no shit. But you're making it harder for all of these commissions to be able to do investigations. Or rather, the state of Israel is doing that. Probably because they're probably hiding a bunch of bullshit, and it makes it more difficult for them to spread a bunch of propaganda. Against this backdrop, he called on the United Nations to declare Hamas a terrorist organization, citing the recognition of the status by numerous countries. Emphasizing that Hamas does not speak on behalf of the Muslim world, he urged Muslim leaders to denounce the crimes committed by Hamas, particularly those involving sexual violence. Turning to the situation of the hostages, he urged the council to take urgent action to ensure the release of 134 kidnapped individuals and stop this living hell. By doing so, you will show the world that the Security Council can be a shining light of justice for all. Kind of hard for them to do that if Israel keeps getting in the way of, like, potential investigations on stuff. Kind of makes that fucking difficult. So, again, the report states, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, that sexual violence definitely happened on October 7th. I agree with this position. Absolutely. But the problem is Israel has been constantly getting in the way of the independent commissions, and getting in the way of them being able to do their job to figure out if the violence has been that Israel is alleging has happened, and that the UN more than likely does believe that has happened. That the Israelis, the state of Israel rather, is constantly getting in the way of any investigation process being done by the UN or any other independent board that is with the UN. And as we all know, we've seen it with the Zaka in Haaretz. Where is it? Oh, I've had this article on before. But when the first respondents, and post-disaster respondents, who is Zaka, that's who they are, they came in on October 8th, when Hamas got pushed out of Israel. Or probably wasn't like exactly October 8th. It doesn't matter when the day is. But they went in to, pick up the bodies, so then they can also do their own investigations and see what's going on and stuff. They can pick up the bodies and clean up the mess, because they're post-disaster people. That's what they do, and tend to any of the survivors. A bunch of people from the UN, or it might not have been UN. It was forensics teams wanted to go in and investigate the rape claims that are being made within the media and that are being alleged by Israel. They wanted to do investigations into that. So, what they saw was that there were a bunch of bodies put in coverings by the Zaka teams. And in this Haaretz report, it is said that these are people who are not experienced with forensics investigations. What does this mean? Fairly simple and obvious. It means the evidence may have been destroyed or tainted, meaning the reasoning as to why the UN report is saying that they can only operate off of circumstantial evidence, and this is the same argument that Hasan is making, is because either Israel has been getting in the way of the independent and UN-affiliated commissions that do the investigations, that Israel has been stopping them from being able to do the investigations, or because of Zaka, when they were recovering the bodies, put them in a bunch of, coverings for religious purposes for their own dignity is, what is the reasoning there? Sure, fair enough, whatever. For their own fucking dignities, as is said by the representatives from Zaka, this may have caused destruction of evidence and tainting of evidence, meaning it's going to be really difficult to get tangible evidence, the actual evidence, in order to convict someone of sexual assault. That has been essentially made impossible now. That is Hasan's position. But all these motherfuckers are never going to be fucking honest with any of that stuff. Ever.
If he doesn't like you, you're a rapist. If he likes you, like if you're a terrorist, for example, well, then you're probably a wonderful man.
Yeah, it was Article 64 and 66 of the UN report. Not survived.
Here's the thing, you guys don't do this thing. Okay, because Hasan is like he knows enough big words to make it seem like he's right, and he does this. Like, even when there's things demonstrably that are true, for instance, like Jews can't go back to Iraq, he'll argue all day that they can. It doesn't. You don't.
That's so really fucking funny that you're saying this when you're one of Destiny's main fucking meat writers. Destiny does the same shit all the fucking time. What the fuck are you talking about? And we've already talked about the fucking double Nakba fucking theory, the Jewish Nakba fucking theory. It's complete bunk. It's nonsense. It's conjecture by the Israeli state to justify a bunch of Arab Jews to move in from the different Arab states at the time into, Palestine, into Israel. So for the express purposes of creating an ethno-state, for ethno-supremacist and nationalist goals. That was the purpose of them doing that. Whether it be from attacks from Zionist militias from themselves, or, for example, with Operation Magic Carpet, which Ethan also referenced, where a bunch of Yemeni Jewish children were kidnapped. It was about 100 of them were kidnapped by Israel and were given to a bunch of different Ashkenazi Jewish families. This happened, and is also detailed in Avi Shleim's book, which is also something that has been misappropriated by Zionists.
Win that way, okay? The culture war and winning and turning people off of Hasan is quite simply that he is a creepy old fuck that paid for sex with prostitutes, called the police on his ex-girlfriend. Like, this is how things are done, okay? It's not about the politics shit. I'm telling you, the people in your chat, they do not give a fuck about Hamas or Israel. Like, half of them are like, I don't give a fuck if, like, both of them wipe each other off the map. It is true. Hasan is just a fucking... the best way to fuck him is someone like that relishes over his image, that sucks the dick of the New York Times, so that a New York Times journalist who wants to suck Hasan's dick will write an article about him, is to just relentlessly push the shit that Hasan does not want to associate with him. That's how you win. Fuck them, okay? They do not care about context when it's anything else about them. They will push false narratives about
That
them.
is fucking hilarious coming from these dudes. What the fuck are you talking about? None of you people care about the context either. You'll fucking completely lie about complete idle conjecture and conspiracy theories all the fucking time because you just want to attack Hasan. That's fucking hilarious.
About you. Stop being in the shadows. Stop fighting shadow boxing with like some.
Oh, these people don't care about any of
Hasan
this.
does not have any,
just an excuse to attack Hasan.
So,
I learned that yesterday. It's kind of insane the length that he'll go to get an easy dub after getting mentally butt fucked by Ethan Klein. That was insane.
Hilarious that you fucking think that. Dude, Ethan Klein spent most of the first 20 minutes of the fucking debate talking about a fucking sword hilt and Sabra hummus and otherwise repeating a bunch of fucking conspiracy theories. But these people are a fucking bunch of fucking troglodytes who don't understand any of this stuff. But okay, man, sure, dude. Someone let these idiots know that they're using October 7th for their own drama is anti-Semitic. True, boy meets Minnie.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. I think that there's some things that, like Hasan is just, he's probably desperate right now, so he's going that direction. Like, but, that it's par for the course. You have to be, like, ready for all of that shit. That is where he's...
That's really funny coming from you, Dan Saltman. Fucking hilarious that you're saying that Hasan is the desperate one when, I don't know, he's still, like, apparently he's, like, losing viewership, going from 33k viewers concurrently to 53k viewers concurrently. Yeah, he's pretty desperate, guys. Very desperate.
going to go. And if he can't go there himself, like right now, Hasan probably wants to respond in a way that's more aggressive and more whatever, but he won't be able to be like pushing that himself. So he'll look for someone in his orbit to do it, and then he'll basically push that content forward as a result, right? Like so, for instance,
I guess I'm a Hasan orbiter.
He can find something that you cheated in school, but that would be weird to like. Or that,
Fuck, I'm a Hasan orbiter now.
It doesn't matter. Whatever it is, it's gonna be like another escalation we're at right now. He won't necessarily want to push that himself, and you can saw that what happened yesterday. He didn't do that. He's just responding to a chatter. He's just watching a YouTube video by someone else. So the difference is that he kind of tries to be like, listen, I was just reading a message that said, damn, Tectone's dad did this or whatever. That's how it's just a method for him to be able to say what he wants to say without doing it. You can unleash the power of your audience by saying, fuck it, I don't need some fucking dipshit in my audience to go and send me a link. I can just say that Hasan is probably the creepiest motherfucker on this website on Twitch by far. Okay, like that's saying a lot.
Buddy, you work with Destiny, man. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who shares porn with Discord kittens? I don't know of any instance of Hasan sharing porn with Discord kittens. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Nonsense.
Because I know, I know some people, and yeah, it's to take that crown, to be this old motherfucker doing that, and then going after people's family like directly, and putting them on the show in front of 8,000 people. That's Hasan stuff, but that's where he's going now. That's the level that we're at. So now you can go and respond. I guess like as fairly as you want to.
I just don't understand what he thinks. If he says any type of thing about me, how does that absolve him of his own wrongdoing? I think the internet forgets that. It doesn't matter what he says about me. The guy's still a piece of shit. It changes absolutely nothing.
Well, you have to remember that you're not going to be convincing any of Hasan's audience, so stop worrying about that. Okay, the goal is not to Hasan's audience. And
Fuck, I'm a part of Hasan's audience. Curses.
They're like agoraphobic shut-ins that would have to call their psychiatrist if they saw the light of day. They're harmless. The entirety of his audience, right? There's like 3 or 4 people that stand up and will do something. The rest of them have like essentially.
Well, you want to fucking yap about this shit, Dan? We'll fucking yap. Time, place, date, face. I don't give a shit. Let's go. Bring it on, Bubby. I'm not a fucking pussy like a lot of these motherfuckers that you're talking about. Let's go. Come on. Let's talk. You want to talk? We can talk. Let's go. This describes DGGers pretty well. It's like that one comment on your short about us being Hasan Glazers. They didn't see you dunking on Hasan's Ukraine takes. I dunk on fucking Hasan's geopolitics takes pretty fucking often. Even in like my examination of the context nuke, I was initially dunking on Hasan's geopolitics takes. And then guess what? I learned a little bit more and I figured out that I was wrong about some of his fucking positions. And I changed my fucking mind about some of the stuff he said before. But when it comes to like Ukraine stuff, he's very wrong in terms of a lot of aspects there. 100%. And I criticize him for it.
No ability to do anything. And it's fine. So, look, I think you have to come into this, you have to come to this realizing that you're not going to convince any of Hasan's audience, and that's fine. Because don't shoot, when you talk, don't talk to Hasan's audience, because the same way you'll have your defenders that are coming out here saying, like, you know, that's not true, this is this, why are you holding to this, look at the context. He'll have the same thing. Don't go that direction. Your job is not to convince Hasan's audience. Your job is to convince people that are on the fence, that maybe have heard of him or maybe haven't, and also the general public, because he is still very niche. I know
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think, like, for example, every time he went on Trash Taste and there was like that whole backlash, and then he went on Theo Vaughn, there was a whole discussion about that. And every time he collabs with someone, when it gets back into the spotlight, I feel like that's probably one of the most effective ways to talk about it. Like you saw his audience when he was talking to Ethan, and his audience was like, "Oh my god!"
Dude, I love how these people constantly talk about how much they don't like cancel culture, and then they'll fucking do the exact same behaviors. Like which fucking is it, dumbasses? Because you guys are doing the exact same fucking behaviors. It's hypocrisy. These people believe in nothing.
Hasan literally destroyed it when he supported terrorists. Like, bro, those are not people you're gonna convince.
They won't care. The way that you hold his hand to the fire is that every time a legacy media company tries to do anything with Hasan, you rake them over the coals. So right now, apparently The Daily Show is interested or shot something with him. Hasan's very hyped about this. I don't think that should happen. I think that people should let The Daily Show know who Hasan is. You know, all of his allegations that he has as far as calling the police on women and you know, visiting brothels and all the other creepy shit he did. And I think that should happen, and that's a realistic thing.
Calling police on women? I haven't heard of this conspiracy. Hasan calling police on women. Let's take a look into this. Allegedly call the cops on his ex. Oh, he's, I think I remember this. This was when I think he called the police on Janice Griffith for, I think, a wellness check, I think. From what I understand. Oh boy. Yes. Because I remember when they broke up, it was not a good breakup. From what I recall correctly. Was I still a part of Hasan's community when this was happening? I think so. I think this is one of the things that we all, like, us collectively in the Discord also was criticizing Hasan pretty heavily on. I believe. Although honestly, I don't fucking, like, it's been really fucking long. Okay, I don't want to look at this. Fuck you. Well, so far it's not saying a lot of Hasan, so they're talking about the I think, because this happened like 5 fucking years ago. I was a part of Hasan's community when this happened. I do believe I also criticized him for this. Doing a wellness check, I think on Janice, I think, and that was like very distressing for her. But from what I remember, they just kind of like talked it out and figured it out. Then, not to absolve any of Hasan's behavior there, I just don't remember. It was so fucking long ago, and I highly doubt that these motherfuckers even know what happened.
That's what you do. And you do this as long as Twitch is not willing to reel him in. That's it, right? So, or alternatively, if Twitch doesn't want to reel him in, Twitch can stop playing favorites and let all sides of the story go. Because right now it's just this far left hug box where all Jews are literally fucking demons, and that's it, and that's fine.
True. This is something that Twitch has definitely said. This is real and true and an accurate statement. What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, dude. Everyone is anti-Semitic against me. I can't believe that everyone hates me. Like, does the like stupid like peepo meme with his ass hanging out, saying like, "Why is everyone so mean to me?"
As sites like advertise on Twitch.com and them getting pushed moving forward won't stop.
I also feel like him picking me as an opponent right now to attempt to crush the score of W. I'm like pretty much the worst opponent he could ever pick because my audience does not give a fuck at all. They just want me to play the gotcha games and I can just do pretty much whatever. Hasan going after me, netted me what, an extra 900 followers on Twitch, an extra 27,000 subs on YouTube. Like I'm just, it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna get sponsored by whoever.
A lot of Hasan's community is Jewish.
He can fucking say they can affect me at all.
Don't tell that to these motherfuckers.
Maybe somebody else who relies on more American sponsors, but like I'm good. Like these people can't even speak English or pay me money, so it's just kind of waste time.
It is one of the problems, I think, that, so obviously there's a very large fan base built in with Hasan's audience. Yes, 25,000 viewers or whatever. And for most people, that's something they don't want to be able to target it because they rely on the income from what they do. I don't need to. I'm already retired. I can, like, every one of my companies could shut down and do nothing and I'd be fine. I do what I want to do every day and that won't stop. So Hasan is in this awkward spot where he really can't do anything to me to keep me from doing this. So I will keep going until there's changes.
Hasan could probably retire if he wanted to as well. He has made a lot of money. He's a fucking millionaire. Like, what are you fucking talking about? Like if he wanted to, he could just do, like, his podcast for the rest of his fucking life and probably just be okay with that. Like, whatever. Like, okay, whatever.
Changes at Twitch, or, yeah, I was gonna say something else, but yeah, I'll just keep going until there's changes at Twitch. Yeah, I was thinking about, I was gonna say, or I stop breathing, but I don't want to really, like, encourage that type of thinking or anything along those lines. But yeah, I just, listen.
I think Hasan should fly to the Houthi airport to, for content purposes.
Listen, I agree with you, okay? And I thought one of the better things that was brought up that he didn't answer is Hasan is relentlessly push pressure on people in Israel, for instance, that, like, you should not join the IDF, you should go to jail and make a statement.
Yeah, right.
But Hasan is not willing to make a statement for himself by stopping to pay taxes, right? And he actually, you saw that come up because Ethan asked him, he said, yep, why are you paying taxes? No, that wouldn't change anything. Okay, what would it change if one Israeli soldier went to jail for not doing it? The same thing. So, but hey, Hasan, you could start a revolution. You could say,
This is such a fucking strange fucking, like, okay, dude, like, we could literally do the fucking same thing. Okay, so what values does fucking Dan Saltman hold? You could have stopped working as soon as you knew about fucking Sexpestiny's sexual fucking criminal activity. You could have stopped working with him, but you keep working with him. You're still on the fucking podcast with him all the time. And you're still fucking butt buddies with him. How about if this is the fucking dumb fucking game that Dan Saltman wants to fucking play, we can play that fucking game. How about them fucking apples? Don't fucking do this dumbass fucking moral policing bullshit when in reality you don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. Like get your fucking head out of your ass, dude.
say I'm not paying taxes until this happens. But the thing is, of course it's all performative. Of course you'll have a lot of Hasan fans coming out there doing the it doesn't matter, it's different, etc. Arguing. That is the name of the game. It doesn't matter. Just push the narrative, win the optics battle, make them look stupid. I said this a while back.
Buddy, you are not doing a good job winning the fucking optics battle when you just keep pushing out a bunch of schizophrenic fucking conspiracy theories, bro. Like, win the optics battle? Buddy, I've literally debunked all of your fucking idiotic conspiracy theories. You literally lie about Hasan's age, bro. Like, are you fucking for real? For real. Okay, man. Sure, dude.
But sometimes there's like some really crazy neo-Nazis, and they're like hyper obsessed with like I guess like the first Bible or something. And the idea of fighting them, you're never gonna kind of win or convince anyone. So the best you can do is be like, hey, so dinosaurs were around with people, right? And they'll say, yeah, they were. And that's how you with a Nazi. You don't win any other way. You make them.
I know what you're referring to. I know what you're referring to. Because Candace Owens thinks Jews invented dinosaurs to trick the Christians into thinking that God is fake. So I know what you're talking about. I've gone down that rabbit hole. But the thing is that's insidious about it is, let's say hypothetically you're gonna have a podcast called the Joe Rogan podcast, and Joe Rogan likes conspiracy theories. So
I guess we're going into Candace Owens now or something. Okay, I mean, sure, man. Candace Owens is definitely an anti-Semite. That's not even a question. It's kind of crazy how her show has been getting way more popular after leaving the Daily Wire because, you know, Candace Owens more or less read the winds on the wall. Because Candace Owens, she doesn't believe in anything, right? The only reason why she's being an anti-Semite is because she's fucking pandering to an audience. She's a grifter, first and foremost. So, you know, all the Ye fans are flocking to her, basically. Exactly. Also, yeah, there is a pretty significant difference between Candace fucking Owens and Hasan. But, you know, whatever. Like, do these people care about any of those fucking, like, differences? No. No, they just want to attack people who are pro-Palestinian. That's all they care about. I mean, with these two fucking morons, Tectone and fucking NuxTaku, the creep who seems to have, like, an obsession with Jaden animations, he's just, like, a fucking creepy fucking weirdo, which is why he got, like, denounced by basically everyone in his fucking orbit, and became, like, a fucking dumb fuck right-wing commentator as a result, seeing, like, an easy grift that he can cash in on, constantly talking about Hasan. He has, like, fucking 50 videos on Hasan in, like, the span of, like, a year or some shit. He's obsessed. And dumb fucks like Tectone, fucking little Asmongold acolytes like him, he also doesn't give a fuck about any of this shit, okay? Because none of these people know what they're fucking talking about. And also, Dan Saltman, fucking one of the arch DGGers, has a podcast with Rapestiny, fucking Epstiny himself, Sexpestiny himself. Whoa, crazy. He also has a fucking vested interest in defending and attacking Hasan as well. Who would have thought?
We'll have this random guy to talk about conspiracy theories. And then that conspiracy theory guy is going to mention how the Jews secretly do everything and control the world. But just like Hasan hides his power level, these people hide their power level too. Right? It all starts with Jeffrey Epstein was a secret.
Wait, hold on. I thought... wait a minute. Time out. So these motherfuckers are, like, more out and open. Because these motherfuckers have said before that they're more out and open about their anti-Semitism. But now they hide their power level? Double speak. You're speaking out of both sides of your mouth right now.
Jewish agents to get blackmail on the politicians, you know what I'm talking about?
So I know you're to the right, but for us guys who are kind of center, or center left, or center right, or whatever, we have this unique ability that you guys don't have, which is called infighting. So basically, that's the way that if you're like kind of a centrist, the way that you destroy these movements is you do things like that. So if you were a little bit center right and you didn't like that some Nazis were kind of fucking with your shit, you would go to them and be like, you guys are fucking up our conservative shit.
Wait, hold on. Is Dan Saltman saying that he's center right now? Before he said he was like a progressive, like a on the left, but now he's center right. Okay, sure, man.
You know, you guys think dinosaurs were here, and they say, yeah, dinosaurs were here. They were literally here with the Jews. And then, like, when you do that, essentially, a lot of people that listen to them be like, oh shit, I'm watching a retard. And that's how you win. You have to create this. But so there's moments like that where you can create division amongst the extremist side, the extremist right, the extremist left, and you do things like that by asking Hasan questions that he knows he has to answer in a certain way to his audience. But when he does that, it puts immense pressure on him. Like that Ethan Klein conversation, when he asked him who he voted for, there was a significant pause. And I think the reason there was a significant pause
I think he lied.
I believe that there was a conversation he had with Dr. Mike Israel when he was at his house.
Do we need to fucking do the... He literally said... He filled out his ballot on fucking stream, right? He didn't show who he fucking voted for. Who the fuck cares, honestly? He probably voted for Kamala Harris because, you know, Hasan, as much as he doesn't like lesser evilism in terms of voting, he knows that Donald Trump is fucking worse. Also, he lives in California. Who cares? I can't believe that California Champagne socialist Hamas Piker didn't vote hard enough for Kamala Harris. Okay, stupid.
He asked if he voted for Kamala, and he said no. I believe that's the case, so I'm not sure, but someone can go find that VOD and check. I believe that there's a section of it that you can go see. So he is...
What? Dr. Issa? But he's also said... Who did Hasan vote for? Sure. r/Hasan Piker. Who did... So that's on his... he filled out his ballot live. Oh, this is the thing I've seen before. That's the thing. Well, I guess here's Hasan on Instagram telling people to go vote. So, I mean, you know. Cool. Sure. But that means he's very, very bad. Or stinky or whatever. Hasan Piker won't tell you to vote for Joe Biden. Well, that wasn't Kamala Harris. This is May 16th. So, fills out his ballot live. It's a fucking hour long. Where's the ballot filling out? Where is it? Where's the actual ballot himself? Oh my god. I will vote for Donald Trump. The fucking... That song is so stupid. I'm not gonna fucking comb through an hour long fucking React Andy fucking shit. Fuck that. I don't want to. I don't want to look at fucking Reddit threads or some shit. Well, this is... Who did he vote for 6 months ago? Jink, Biden, Based, Lin-Manuel Miranda. Oh my god, it's Juan Guaido. An F1 car. Because I'm definitely going to find this. I'm gonna find this somewhere. Sure, man. His mom for president, Kai is VP. This is true. Do we know? No. Who cares? He's told people to go vote. Doesn't fucking matter. This is stupid. That's true. Actually, no. He voted for the engineer in Factorio because he follows OSHA regulations.
Yeah, I mean, this is just what you're dealing with. So basically, you need to put Hasan, make him answer uncomfortable questions, and also create division on the extremist sides of it. Basically saying he's not tanky enough, he's not willing to go far enough. And then for the centrists, you do it the opposite way, so you get pressure from all directions. So you have the more far left people who are looking to come up, right? So I don't know, that's like the Jackson Hinkles and the infrareds and those types of people. You make it seem like he's just a fucking dick rider, right? Like if you really were for the system, there's no way the New York Times would be saying you're going to be the next whatever, right? So you have that shit, and then you have towards the center the equivalent of like the dinosaur stuff, basically being like, hey, so what do you think about Tibet, right? And then Hasan's like, oh well, yeah, China should absorb that. That's basic. What do you think?
No, Hasan has talked about his position, how the Tibetan Maoists got fucked over by, and well, the Tibetan communists in general, worked together with Mao and the Chinese Communist Party in order to be able to deal with the, like, he literally just talked about this in his, like, deconstructing the contact nuke video. And I managed to get to that part of the video because of, obviously they're gonna fucking say this conspiracy theory, because I also thought that I didn't really like his fucking his stance on Tibet. It turns out crazy. It's actually more a little more nuanced than that. So his take is basically like, no, it was pretty bad that Mao and the People's Republic of China fucked over the Tibetan communists who were trying to build independence for themselves. And he thinks it was bad that China engaged in imperialist actions and colonial actions in order to, well, subjugate Tibet. That is his take. We can even go... I don't want to go through a fucking 8-hour video either in order to fucking find that take. The take is there. He has said it. Like, don't give me any of this fucking bullshit.
What do you think of the Uyghurs? Oh, well, yeah, they need to be re-educated, obviously. Right, like, these are the types of things that you do to create change.
That is also a lie. He had criticized the fucking actions of the fucking Communist Party of China. Communist Party of China. He criticized the actions of the state of what they were doing with the vocational camps and the re-education camps in Xinjiang. Again, Dan Saltman doesn't know any of this. He's lying.
Change both from the center, because remember, the right never is going to give a fuck about Hasan. They hate anyone that's left of center or center, right? Everyone hates centrists. So your only goal when you're attacking Hasan is to get people that are farther left of him to hate him and to get centrists to hate
Wait,
him.
hold on. I thought, okay, so Dan Saltman is center right. He's also on center left. He's now a centrist. Like, you need to pick a lane here, buddy. You need to pick a lane.
Yeah. And centrists are the largest of undecided voters, and it's easy to do because Hasan's a terrorist party fuck.
I don't even think it's about getting the centrists. I think it's mostly about getting even on the left, the establishment doesn't want that smoke of working with a blatant terrorist supporter. I feel like until a couple of months ago, they didn't realize what they were dealing with. And right now, I think they are actually realizing it, right? With other articles actually attacking New York Times for messing with him. Do you think AOC and Bernie Sanders are going to want to get on the show now? I think it's much less likely.
You have to remember that AOC and Bernie effectively do not matter too much. AOC will never be the candidate, at least for like the next 10 or 20 years. Bernie, his only accomplishment.
Okay, so, like, it doesn't matter that they were on, but it does matter that they were on. Again, double speak, the goalposts moving. It doesn't matter. Just say whatever the fuck.
An entire history of being a politician is getting a post office name. Like, that's his, I think, his only goal. So these people...
I mean, he almost... hey, what the fuck are you talking about? Someone doesn't know about the fact that Bernie Sanders is the amendment king, right? If we're talking about accomplishments of Bernie Sanders, sure. What has Bernie Sanders accomplished? About Bernie. Longest serving independent member, born in Brooklyn. It's not exactly what I'm looking for. What? Sanders remains on the Veterans Committee. Also serves, where is it? Where is it? I want accomplishments. No. Fucking son of a bitch. Has a weak record on passing bills throughout the House. Yeah, I wonder why. Because, like, the bipartisan consensus in Washington is that of corporate structures. So, of course, he's going to have a hard time because broadly speaking, he is against corporations taking more control. Crazy. But what, broadly speaking, he is known as the Amendment King. Bernie Sanders is one of the most well-known senators within the Senate, known for passing a lot of amendments to bills. Very often he will not put in his name so that these amendments can be passed or are more likely to pass. And very often, in order to be able to try to get as good of options, because he was for a very long time one of the few on left-leaning lawmakers within Washington. This is a fact. But do any of these motherfuckers care about that? No, they don't care about that because they're all ill-informed fucking dumbasses.
People do not matter effectively in practice. What matters is being able to work with your enemies and work with your allies to be able to go and get legislation passed that matters. And also the goal is to keep these guys.
Yeah, and that's what Bernie Sanders has done. A lot of Bernie Sanders' amendments have made it into bills. He's worked within the Senate to be able to do that. You're just a fucking dumbass.
Busy with bullshit that doesn't matter. Let Hasan go talk with Bernie and AOC, because the more he does that, the more that it basically makes it so that AOC and Bernie become unelectable in the future. This is not a bad thing, right? Let them go fuck it.
No, for me the bad thing is not about AOC and Bernie. They're never winning an election. It's impossible. I think that they're so far left they'll never hit the actual center base of the country. So I'm not worried.
That's so fucking funny. Do we need to talk about the oligarchy tour? How they were filling fucking stadiums in rural Idaho or something? Bernie Sanders oligarchy tour. Attendance. Massive crowd. In Salt Lake City. In Deep Red, Utah. Draws a massive crowd. In Utah. Utah audience of thousands. So that's in Utah with both Bernie and AOC. Seems pretty fucking electable to me. Draws record crowd in LA. Oh, but LA is far left, bro. What do you mean? There was 36,000 people? That's a lot of fucking people. But man, yeah, 36,000 of you. Largest rally that we have ever had, Sanders told the crowd. Your presence here is making Donald Trump and Elon Musk very nervous. Let's not even forget to mention how many people have been railing on their Republican fucking lawmakers in their fucking town halls or something. But I guess Bernie and AOC aren't fucking popular, yet they're drawing huge fucking crowds during a complete off-season for elections. There's no elections or anything going on, and they're drawing crowds of 36,000 people and overfilling stadiums in Utah. But okay, dude. Bernie and AOC are very unpopular, guys. Get your fucking head out of your ass.
Worried about that. That doesn't matter. What I do think matters is it gives credibility to Hasan to wheedle into a much more hiding his power level role, where he can definitely impact a lot more people with blatant terrorist supporting history revisionism.
Well, there is one thing to
That's fucking hilarious that you're fucking talking with a motherfucker who is working with Destiny, okay? Who tried to do the exact same fucking shit. But okay, yeah, they're unpopular, but also a threat to the DNC establishment. How does that work? Just for people who don't fucking believe in anything. Doublespeak is their most effective method to try to fucking justify their incongruent positions.
is that there is a future where Hasan is able to become more integrated into mainstream media as well as being more popular. But what you'll see there is a complete tone shift from him.
Yeah, just like how Destiny tried to do it, and then he got fucking exposed as a fucking sex pest. Sharing revenge porn with fucking Discord kittens. But okay, dude.
He will forget everything about what he was to become and shapeshift into a new person. So you've seen this already.
But he shapeshifts.
Right,
but he has
that's
his
uncommon.
phase.
Can you think of any other people?
Hasan the shapeshifter. Now, where have we heard a conspiracy theory like this before?
That have shapeshifted recently, maybe someone from the Young Turks who's changed positions pretty rapidly, or
yeah, and Anna.
Sure. So people will change and grift if there is a future into it financially. That is just the way that people work. Hasan was a frat bro, rapist guy, right? Making these articles about how to pick up freshmen at bars. And I say that.
Was I ever in Destiny's community? I was until his Rittenhouse take. Nope, never have been there. I have never been in Destiny's community. I've seen some of his debates Like, you know, the 1v4 like Nazi debate, that was funny. That was a good debate. The JonTron debate, that's a good debate. Very, very good debate. Of like, I mean, pretty much his main claim to fame is that JonTron debate. And I've seen some of the other like incidental debates through like there was the Vosh debate. That was awful. Dog shit fucking debate. Some of the debates and talks he had with Hasan when Sexpestiny decided to become spiteful about the fact that Hasan was slipping away from his grasp of control, because again, with Destiny, what is his modus operandi? The whole thing that he wanted to do with the emergence of Twitch politics and left-leaning discourse on Twitch poll is he wanted to monopolize all of that around himself. That's why he was particularly hostile when Hasan was significantly taking his thunder, and a lot of his orbiters were starting to leave him to do their own ventures. That is why, well, Destiny became as spiteful as he is against the left. These guys just hate the left because they're fucking idiots.
Did you see this whole thing called the Babe of the Week, where he picks the hottest, quote, real females from the week's news circulation once a week? Did you see that?
No,
I've actually seen this. I've seen this.
It's not surprising to me. I've seen Hasan being incredibly chauvinistic and sexist and all this type of stuff. But then everyone likes to say, hey, what are you doing? Tweets from 2016. It's like, motherfucker, this guy's talking about shit from 2009.
Yep.
Get the fuck out of here. The swastika sword cuts both ways, my friends. Okay? Like,
if I can interrupt you guys, because you guys are doing a great job doing my job for me. I'm just curious what this whole culture, that their whole orbit that they've kind of been populating Twitch with Denims, Sean, I think that's his name, Frogman, and Hasan, where they will just go live and actively lie and smear anybody that disagrees with them. And I'm wondering, why is no one from their community calling?
People are not lying and smearing about people who disagree with them. What the fuck are you talking about? You people are the ones coming up with the lies. I literally just had to debunk a bunch of fucking Dan Saltman's fucking conspiracy theories. What are you talking about? Stupid. Dumb. Stupid and dumb. Dumb and stupid. Stupid. This shit is so fucking mind-numbingly fucking stupid that, like, oh yeah, you know, I can't believe, like, they're attacking people for, like, lying. When you fucking three motherfuckers have been doing nothing but lie this whole time. Incredible.
Calling them out whatsoever. Like,
this is a boring answer. It's true. There will be a few people calling them out, but they'll say that there's anti-fans. There will not be people calling you out if you do insane shit, because they are your fans. That's it. You will keep, if you do the most insane shit, you will keep 90% of your audience.
I agree, like, but they're saying allegedly untrue things.
It doesn't matter. You could literally, like, do you understand with Trump? You could literally go and murder a child, and you'd be like, listen, I'm bad, my bad. And your audience be like, you know what, Tectone, that's really good. You're taking, you know, I appreciate that you've taken responsibility for this and you're moving forward, and that's it. And you'll keep 90% of your audience. That is it. That is the line. They are your fan. They are ride or die. You are not convincing them. The most you can get is 10% to move either way.
That's fair.
That's why we don't fair.
I mean, I think it depends. It depends what you're built on. If you're like a family values channel and you end up being a pedophile, you're
oh yeah,
you betrayed them.
That's why
So
I always
think it comes with betrayal. Hasan, he can't betray his audience by lying, because his audience doesn't care if he's lying. They just support terrorists. So as long as he's supporting terrorists, even if he's denying.
That is very funny coming from these gaggle of fucking morons, dude. Tectone has fucking lied about a bunch of shit about Hasan right now. Do his fans fucking care? No. Nux, you've made like 50 Hasan videos in like the past fucking year, where it is just complete lying and conjecture, because again, you're just mad about the fact that you got exposed for being a fucking weirdo fucking creep on the fucking timeline, and everyone has fucking left you as a result. What the fuck are you talking about? And let's not even get into fucking Dan. The reason why Destiny's audience hasn't fucking left him is because they're sycophantic to him. Any backtalk against Destiny, his little fucking, like, fans will just come in and just, like, be the most annoying fucking motherfuckers on the planet. Nonsense.
That rapes happen and it's blatantly a lie. They're not watching him for objective truth. They're watching him for the propaganda.
Yeah, that's true. There is, like, as I said before, there's nothing to gain appealing to these people. They're going to stay in their hug box, and your people are going to stay in their hug box. The goal is to
1000%
make their hug box smaller and have less growth, because there's all, you know, look, in business or in websites, there's three there's like this triangle of revenue, right? So you can attract new users to your website, okay? You can keep users on your website longer, okay? And the third one is you can have users on your website spend more money, okay? That's the same thing when it comes to streaming. The goal here is there's always a natural turn of viewers. There's going to be people that for whatever reason can't start, they can't watch Twitch anymore, or they grow old of it, or whatever. There's a constant refreshing cycle. If you didn't have that refreshing cycle of new fans coming in and watching your content, you would die. You would eventually go down and down and down in numbers. Everyone relies on pulling in new viewers, first-time viewers, and turning them into a fan, and turning them into like the sycophantic defense squad of Tectone or Hasan or whatever. So the goal is just to minimize Hasan's ability to have that happen. But more importantly, again, Hasan is just.
This is really fucking funny that Dan Saltine over here is saying this when he's like, buddy, you're a part of fucking Destiny's fucking orbit, bro. Like, are you whatever.
A symptom of the disease, which is Twitch. Okay, I don't give a fuck about Hasan. Hasan is, as I said,
this is a stupid fucking criticism, Boy Meets Mini, because it's exactly what every fucking content creator does. Everybody fucking does this to a certain extent. Tries to like ingratiate like particular fucking audiences all the fucking time. which is why this is just, it's just stupid to say shit like this. Like, there's no point in saying stuff like this. It doesn't fucking matter. It's stupid. Like, every content creator does this to a particular extent.
Just a lightning rod of the cancer that is Twitch that allows you, still to this day, to go on there and say veterans should get PTSD. No one was ever banned for that comment. They were not banned for that comment, and they still weren't. I do not understand why. So,
again, he's talking about Frogan here. Yeah, you want to know what she did get fucking banned for? Whatever idiotic conspiracy theory that you fucking spread with Ethan Klein about Sabra hummus, bro. But okay, dude. Frogan is stinky and mean because hijab or some shit. Whatever.
That's it. I mean, that's all you go. That's all you need to know about Twitch.
Yeah.
That you can go on there and say that.
It was shocking to see that Twitch founders was in Hasan's chat supporting him during the Ethan versus Hasan debate.
Yeah.
Which I think even more just shows
that
the
was
stance on the matter.
I think it would be
Of course they
interesting.
had a bias, right? Didn't you uncover when Twitch banned all of Israel after October 7th? They banned all of Israel for a year.
Sure.
Didn't it come out that basically their entire trust and safety team was based in Egypt?
Yeah, that was. I don't know if it's the entirety, but they certainly, like, a huge part of it was outsourced. Is what I was told. I was sent this information by people inside of Twitch. So yeah, I mean,
I don't believe him, by the way. And again, we've already talked about this fucking conspiracy theory. The reason why they fucking did that was because they didn't want a bunch of fucking random dumb fuck accounts to make accounts and start streaming fucking war crimes. That's why they did that. Whoa.
I mean, listen,
Well, listen,
I don't know. I haven't heard of Egypt being like one of, like, the hot call centers. Like maybe the Philippines or India. I'll get it.
Don't have
That's
any
fine.
hate to my brothers in Egypt, but a lot of them don't like Jews there. Listen.
Yeah, there's a 98% unfavorability for Jewish people in Egypt. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you don't hate Jews, you're weird in Egypt.
I don't want to make this just like about Jews thing because, like, I'm not super Jewish. I don't fucking do any of that shit at all. Just my family.
Then why the fuck do you keep bringing up all the fucking stuff about Jewish people? If you're not super Jewish and you don't care about it. Oh, it's almost as if you have no beliefs and this is all about just attacking Hasan and his fucking orbiters and friends. And that in reality, none of this fucking matters to you. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's just ridiculous, dude.
Family was Jewish. So it's not even about that. It's just that Hasan, I just don't like promoting terrorists. Honestly, that's more than anything else. And I think Twitch has turned into, like, base to being extremist.
Not the
I'm
terrorists.
confused on why I said things like support our troops and terrorism is bad, and now I'm being labeled as an alt-right grifter. I'm just trying I'm just trying to understand what being.
No, you're being labeled as an alt-right grifter because you've defended fucking takes from fucking Asmongold when he was fucking defending the Enabling Act of 1933. That's why people think that you're an alt-right grifter, you stupid motherfucker. Not to mention, let's quite, like, see here, you're also a fucking sexual abuser. Not to mention all the fucking transphobic stuff you have said in the past. Not to mention homophobic stuff you have also said in the past. That's why people think that you're an alt-right grifter, Tectone. Not because of Hasan AB being like, he's just El Crungo Bungo McFlungo. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Alt-right, even the political compass test this morning. It said I'm more left-leaning and libertarian than anything else. So
yeah, dude, the fucking political compass test is definitely a fucking... Do we need to, like, look up Tectone's, like, positions on, like, trans people? Sure, we can do that. Let's fucking find it. Here's something. This doesn't take very long. So who remembers Asmongold's take talking about every trans kid is actually a victim of a parent with a mental illness? An obviously transphobic take here by Asmongold. Here's Tectone agreeing with that. When I was a kid, I thought I could fly. I'm glad my parents didn't support my beliefs and throw me off a building. Wonderful. Because we remember this take. It's nonsense. But why don't we listen to it again?
You can be groomed for sure. No, and that's a good point, right? Is that, like, that's why I said as an adult, is because, like, if you're a kid and, like, you get fed a lot of propaganda and, like, messaging, like, I feel like
yeah, dude, because every fucking trans kid is being fed propaganda from big trans. Very true. Not the big T's. Not the big T's with their big D's. Oh, no!
every trans kid is actually a victim of a parent with a mental illness.
So that is just explicitly wrong. A lot of parents are listening to their children and take them through a lot of different psychological fucking testing and doctor's visits to fucking check if their kids are trans or not. That's what actually happens. You just hate the fact that there are parents that love their children because your parents probably didn't love you, Asmongold. But, you know, whatever.
That's what I believe. And so, like, I really, and this, you got a kid that's like 17, right? I mean, it's a little bit more, you know, it's like not really as definitive. But like, if you have a kid that's like pre-puberty and they're trans, your parents have a mental illness.
pretty fucking explicit. So, hey, Tectone, this is probably why people might think you're an alt-right weirdo. Let's not even mention the video the defense that you did of Asmongold when he was talking about the Enabling Act of 1933. Why don't we find that real quick? That shouldn't be too hard. Tectone defending Asmongold. Oh, looks like we found some more stuff here. Yes, I forgot. He also said that it's okay to be white, which is an explicit 4chan dog whistle from like 2014. So, you know, cool. Being explicitly ableist. Twitter ain't ready for this take right now, but it's okay to be white. We're just like fucking repeating. Fucking clip your fucking fingernails. Bro, you're fucking. Why is your fucking finger a square? What is wrong with you? Explicitly fatphobic. Very well. Cool. Explicitly misogynistic. He's also a transphobe. Okay, cool. Oh, why don't we also slip this in the sort of like misogyny allegations? Here we go. This is from you, Tectone. Self-diagnosed narcissist. That's certainly true. Dems talks about you. Dude, I only watch Denim's clips online with my pants off. I can't watch those on stream. Amid sexual abuse allegations. Tectone sexually harasses another streamer. Well, not beating the misogyny allegations, that's for certain. Including defending Asmongold. Was this the fucking thing where he was talking about the Enabling Act of 19?
You're gonna interact and talk kindly about this guy, but didn't you hear what he said? I don't care. Okay, I'm from a military family. I live in a world where
fucking sexual abusers.
people can just say shit, and you don't have to be a fucking pussy and a bitch about everything.
Then don't be surprised when people call you out for your fucking behaviors. Okay, nice fucking meme, dude.
People on the internet hold people to such high degree. Whenever they say or fuck up on anything ever,
yes, because you have a fucking platform. How many subscribers do you have on YouTube? 846,000. You have a platform. You reach probably hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people a fucking month. You are held to a higher degree and standard because guess what? Whoa, you have a platform. You have a voice. You are an influencer, whether you fucking like it or not. So you have to be careful with the things that you say.
It's pathetic. It is. Unless you're attractive, in which case Hasan gets away with everything because he looks so cute. Because he's so handsome. Look at his boyish charm. I do think it's absolutely hypocritical how anybody says, oh, you're associated with Asmon, what the hell? Oh, Hasan, that's great. Hey, you know what's crazy? When I met with Hasan too, I said, hey man, good anime takes. We had a great episode of Steak and Eggs. It's really not that hard to get along with people that you don't have similar viewpoints of.
Now we're doing like the 3 IQ fucking centrist thing. Now here's more instances of Tectone being a misogynist. Very cool, very good. Hey, are you surprised that people are calling you alt-right? That you may think that you might be a far right weirdo? Oh, so that's not what Frogan looks like! She looks like this now! Jesus Christ. Explicitly fucking misogynistic. Also rich of him to say this when he says Hasan should be held to a higher standard by Twitch. But yeah, exactly. Like, you know, all for me, but not for thee. Nonsense. Yeah, I wonder why people might call you a fucking right-wing weirdo, you fucking dumbass.
No, I don't know what the whole political spectrum is, but it kind of just feels that alt-right is just kind of a blanket term to use on Twitch and Twitter. That means I disagree with this person, I don't like them.
Well, I mean, on a political purpose test,
God, fucking hilarious of Dan Saltman to fucking say that shit. God.
I'm pretty center, like extremely center. But don't worry, I'm still alt-right.
Bro, you are not fucking center. You positively covered Donald Trump all the time. You were trying to spin the tariffs as a good thing. You are on the right. Get the fuck out of here. Don't give me this fucking pimbly-wimbly fucking pretend stupid bullshit. Fuck out of here.
We're together on this one, bro.
Okay,
It doesn't matter. There's a constant purity testing that goes on, more so on the left than on the right, but a little bit on both sides, where it's like they will push you and push you and push you. And this is a big problem that Hasan has, is that he's not willing to take the ultra extreme takes that some of the more far left creators are. So they'll attack him, saying Hasan is a sellout, and then they'll start using the same propaganda that Hasan's using against him, and that's how kind of the infighting is created, and that's the best way, to make things happen.
Cool. I got a couple other questions, real quick. that I do want to talk about. So obviously Twitch is heading in a negative direction. So I am curious if you guys are, because I know both of you guys stream on Kick, right?
Obviously.
I do it once a week show, yeah, but I don't really do much other content. But yeah, go ahead. Sure.
Okay, yeah. What are the benefits of like streaming like other platforms? Like right now, I've been streaming on YouTube for about 2 weeks now, and I've seen.
Let me stop you there. You've seen a fuck ton of growth.
Yes.
Let me put, for any Twitch streamer out there, I'm going to say this, and people just aren't going to believe it. The Twitch primes are literally the chains holding you back. You need to let go, and you will have more revenue and more growth. So there's two options in my mind right now. You can go to Kick and make way more money than you're making. Like most people, I think that have left Twitch, they think like, oh shit, like either for whatever reason they're getting banned, or I mean, usually people are leaving Twitch only when they get banned because they're too scared. Everyone that leaves Twitch and goes to Kick makes usually around double the amount after about a month, and they're like, what the fuck? And then they tell everyone, and they're like, I'm not leaving. I don't want to lose my because the trade-off there is that you'll have less of an audience, but you'll make twice as much as you were making. So that's the case with Kick. Or
and also people on Twitch don't like collabing with Kick streamers because there's like that bad name to Kick, but unironically,
I wonder why there might be a bad name to Kick. Well, let's take a look into this. Kick Omegle scandals. And I wonder why. I wonder why. To catch a Kick predator. I wonder what this might be about. Now, I've seen this video. I think it's about something about chickens.
This
yes.
is Riot LOL.
I have seen this video. I wonder why people might not want to collaborate with Kick streamers. Oh, because they have sexual abusers on there. Quite literally making underage girls do sexually evocative dances on Omegle, on their Omegle streams. This was a very good video, by the way. Both of these videos. To Catch a Kick Predator 2 and number 1. Very good video here by Something About Chickens. So, I wonder why, Nux.
Changing a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, really, you're gonna grandstand on your fucking terrorist supporting mountain Twitch? Like, so,
so that's the first part. Is that if you go to Kick, you'll make double the money. But if you go to YouTube, you'll get about double the audience. You have to understand that on Twitch, unless you are Hasan or Frogan or Kaisanat or whoever else, you will get no discoverability. It does not exist. YouTube is.
Wait, Frogan gets discoverability? What the fuck are you talking about? No, the fuck she doesn't. She consistently has like 150 viewers. That's just a lie. He is correct here, though. Dan Saltman is not wrong here. The, like, discoverability on Twitch is complete fucking dog shit. But it's because of, like, motherfuckers like yourself who have made it worse with idle conjecture and complete conspiracy theory. That's why it's harder to fucking get discoverability on Twitch. Because of motherfuckers like yourself, dude.
Is like a fucking giant site. Like, it is so big of a website, and they will recommend your stream to people that are just watching random shit on YouTube. There's actual discoverability on YouTube. On Twitch, like, get the fuck out of here. You're telling me that someone's gonna be like, I'm bored, let me go on Twitch. Ooh, yes, let me click into the League of Legends category. Okay, let me scroll down one page, cast all these streamers that don't speak the language I do. Ah, yes, let me watch this fucking
This
stream.
one!
Get the fuck out of here. There's no discoverability on Twitch. Everyone that moves to YouTube gets, like, double their viewership after about a month, 2 months. Like, that's everyone. So you can choose, but you end up only making the same amount of money on YouTube, really. So you can move to YouTube, make the same money, and have twice as many viewers, or you can move to Kick, probably shed half your audience, but make twice as much money. So you have to decide which one's more important to you and what you want to do. And for a lot of people, they're willing to make less money to want to be able to grow more additionally on YouTube, and that's fine. But there really isn't a reason to stay on Twitch at this point. The death knell of them.
Here's one other thing about Twitch that I do think is worth mentioning. Rating exists on Twitch, and it doesn't really exist in effect in other places. Like, for example, it's on Kick, but almost no one's live on Kick. So no one's going to rate you there because no one's live. So on Twitch,
you have to check in because Kick's been a lot better. It has a lot more growth than most people give it credit for.
I just think nobody wants to rate you, Nux. I think that's the problem.
Yeah, like, if you go to... there's a site, Kick versus Twitch or something like that?
That's probably true. I don't think anyone would want to
rate
rate Nux. Let's be honest here.
They're super nice. They basically put me on the homepage almost every day just because there's no one else live. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I wonder why. Yeah, because no one wants to fucking stream on the child sex predator streaming application. I wonder why not a lot of people want to stream on Kick. I can, you know, this was about a year ago, by the way. Shout out to Something About Chickens.
I'm just the face of Kick. What can I say? That was a joke. But you do make more money there. I think it's a cooler community. You don't have to worry about getting blasted for calling someone fat or something. And the reason I don't stream on YouTube is it's just personal preference. I don't like
no fat people.
People on YouTube already saw the stream and they won't necessarily want to rewatch the YouTube videos.
I'll be real, man. Like, that's just like not a thing. I'm telling you, like, I feel like everybody's streaming on YouTube. This shit's fucking insane. Like, I go live every day and I say I'm gonna make 7 videos, and that's when I make my 7th video or 5th video, I end the stream. Everybody goes back and rewatches them because then there's edits, there's sound effects, you know, and then a lot of people who watch streams are not actively watching. They just leave you on the side, they're not fucking paying attention. They're just here every now and then they'll say a boba or hi or yo or pong, and then they just type that shit and they go back to playing the video games. But the monumental growth that I've seen on YouTube, what, like 12,000 fucking viewers right now, it's fucking insane. And
Do I have a boba?
2,000 subs.
If I don't have a boba, I should add a boba.
I was averaging losing.
I like a boba.
So it's been a fucking monumental success for me. Honestly, I have a lot to thank for Twitch for that because if Twitch never banned me, I wouldn't have done it. And I think that's the reason why I got unbanned. Because I don't think they unbanned me because they felt bad and they realized they were wrong. I think they unbanned me because they saw how fucking successful I was on fucking YouTube, as well as
fucking. I don't believe him for even 3 fucking seconds. Bull fucking shit. No. They probably unbanned you because they probably were just like, it is probably overblown. And then you appealed saying probably it's overblown or like whatever your partner manager said or whatever the fuck. And they were just like, yeah, we probably went too overboard. We'll just commute the fucking sentence. Whatever. Also, how do you know? Like, maybe Tectone got fucking, like, brigaded, or, like, report brigaded. That's also a possibility, because he got banned about 8 hours after. That's also a thing that could happen. Maybe he got fucking brigaded. That's possible. What is this self-obsession? It's constant with, like, motherfuckers like this. Motherfuckers who know that they'll never be held to account for fucking anything will just be completely self-centered.
All the pushback on Twitter saying, why the fuck did you ban this dude when this fat fuck Frogan is still walking free? Every single fucking people not walking, more like slowly, begrudgingly, like out of breath. Yes.
So when they unbanned you, were they like, oh, you know,
fat fuck, by the way.
Frogan fat now all you want, or what? Like, what happened?
I got unbanned and I was told to leave her alone. That is what I was told. I was told leave Frogan alone, and this won't happen again. So
literally, you were told leave Frogan alone.
Yes, literally told leave Frogan alone. Yes.
Nice.
So I
Yeah, because you just kept attacking her for, like, unwarranted reasons. Calling her fat, even though she's not fat anymore. That's why they probably told you, can you just fuck off. Just, like, leave her alone. You're being stupid and annoying. Crazy.
I didn't even DM you the screenshot.
I mean, it's not like surprising to me, but it is. This is like the level of insanity at Twitch. But yeah, send me the DM. You can obscure the guy's name,
sure.
And I'll blast this out because like this is what we're talking about, right? Like just yesterday, Hasan. I know Nicholas Diorio may not put in the thing, but Hasan literally called Nicholas Diorio like fat.
Nicholas eats Oreos.
He is a partnered Twitch streamer. Okay, so what is the hang up that we have here? Right, like, it's just so out in the open, right?
This is
Twitch
so
wants to push this
fucking
bullshit. Like, why the fuck
stupid,
are they pushing
bro.
Frogan? Who gives a fuck about fucking Frogan? Nobody.
I don't get it at all. I don't get it.
Who gives a fuck about Nicholas Diorio? Nicholas Diorio doesn't even stream on fucking Twitch, dude. Whereas Frogan does stream on Twitch, which is probably why they cared about it a little more. Stupid.
Queso is one of the biggest, pardon my pun, streamers on Twitch. His entire career is made off people calling him fat. Again, not trying to be rude here, but his reactions are hilarious every time someone calls him fat, and that's never been a bannable offense. They use it basically as an excuse to ban Tectone because he went after their, favorite kid Jabba the Hutt.
Well, I was also informed that it was due to the byproduct of being match recording.
Ah, we're also doing Islamophobia as well.
That's fair.
Cool.
That's fair,
No. There's one thing I think that's good to put a spotlight on, and it really kind of shows a lot of Twitch. And it comes back to this because I'm not even looking at the Israel ban. I'm not even looking at how they operate the site today. Let me ask you this: if let's say that I ran like a global security company that puts security guards, in various companies. You need a security guard for your convenience store. You call Dan Security Service. Okay. Let me ask you, what message would it send if I put Kyle Rittenhouse and fucking George Zimmerman as the CMO and COO of my corporation? People would be like, what the fuck are you, what message are you sending?
What are you implying?
Exactly. But then look at what Twitch did, right? The person in charge of trust and safety, their last job, they got investigated for anti-Semitism, and they stepped down when the investigation is happening, and their next job is running trust and safety for Twitch? Are you fucking with me? This person had the prime minister and like the Congress, or sorry, Parliament of the UK, people being like, hey, what the fuck's going on over here? That's crazy to me. That's like, that is the equivalent of hiring George Zimmerman to run your company. Like,
I don't even remember what this fucking conspiracy theory is about. What the fuck is her name? Isn't like the only evidence that they're basing this off of is like one fucking tweet that she said like, hey, I think Israel is bad for fucking bombing Palestinians. Let me see. Twitch lead of safety. I think it's her, right? Angela Hessian. Let me listen to that again.
Exactly, but then look at what Twitch did, right? The person in charge of trust and safety, their last job, they got investigated for anti-Semitism, and they stepped down when the investigation is happening, and their next job is running trust and safety for Twitch? Are you fucking with me?
Okay. Angela Hessian anti-Semitism. What do we have here? The fuck is CAM? Combat Anti-Semitism Movement? Oh boy, let's see what we fucking have here. CAM urges Twitch to rescind Legendary Woman of the Year award for anti-Semitic streamer and impose stricter anti-hate guidelines. Boy Meets Mini, do we know, like, fucking... Can you take a look at to what the fuck CAM is? Is this, like, some fucking, like, Stop Anti-Semitism ADL fucking trick or some shit? Like, what the fuck is this? CAM CEO Sasha Reutman sent a letter to Twitch Chief Customer Trust Officer Angela Hessian on Wednesday demanding that the popular interactive live streaming platform rescind an honor it previously gave to a user with a history of online anti-Semitic expressions. So talking about a user, okay. On behalf of the Combat Anti-Semitism Movement Coalition, engaging more than 850 partner organizations, 5 million people worldwide, running with it. Oh, it's about fucking Frogan. Yeah, Frogan is definitely very anti-Semitic, guys. Yeah. Okay. Is that what this is about? It's on their fucking Twitter page. No, this is about fucking Twitch. Oh yeah, this is like the Barstool esports display of fuck the Jews. That was pretty fucking wild. I know that made David Portnoy real fucking mad. Anything else for this fucking like conspiracy theory? What did she say? Because so far it's about like Frogan again, who is not anti-Semitic, but sure. Anything else? No? Controversy. Let's see. Clear words consistent for this streamer. Former Microsoft exec. Wait, she was a Microsoft exec. Okay. What did fucking Dan Saltman call her earlier?
CMO and COO of my corporation. People would be like, what the fuck are you, what message are you sending?
What are you implying?
Exactly, but then look at what Twitch did, right? The person in charge of trust and safety, their last job, they got investigated for anti-Semitism, and they stepped down when the investigation is happening, and their next job is running trust.
They got investigated for anti-Semitism. They collab with Zionist Rabbinic Coalition, UN Watch, Zionists, etc. And stop anti-Semitism. Okay, so nothing can be believed from combat fucking anti-Semitism. So pretty much immediately based off of the fucking vibe, they're like, stop anti-Semitism, ADL, fucking complete dreck and nonsense. Thank you, Boy Meets Spinny. About combat anti-Semitism. Just stupid. Thank you. What is this, like, fucking, investigated for anti-Semitism. I'm not finding anything about this fucking, apparently I can't spell the word Semitism. Semitism. Is there anything about Angela Hessian? Nothing? I'm not fucking finding anything. I'm fucking spelling it right. It's just I don't know why it's saying Semitism. I guess I'm anti-Semitic or something. Whatever. So there's nothing. Is there anything about this? I'm not finding anything. Didn't she have, like, a tweet that was, like, pro-Palestinian once? And something that you could twist from, like, what, 12 years ago as, like, fucking anti-Semitic? There's, like, no basis for this whatsoever. I can't fucking find this investigation, allegedly. There would have been an article about this, but why isn't there any articles about this? I'm not finding anything about investigations for anti-Semitism. Why don't we just do anti-Semitism? What? We've seen this already. But that's pertaining to Frogan. And otherwise I'm not finding anything. Like, there's nothing on this. It's just nonsense. There's nothing.
And safety for Twitch? Are you fucking with me? This person had the Prime Minister in, like, the Congress, or sorry, Parliament of the UK, people being like, hey, what the fuck's going on over here? That's crazy to me.
Sure, man. That totally happened. Because I would have found a fucking article or something about this. Nonsense.
Like, that is the equivalent of hiring George Zimmerman to run your company. Like, I don't know what to say. It's wild.
I mean, the difference is, I mean, whatever. We don't need to get into, like, the analogy too much, but yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, Twitch will only change when we force it to change.
Oh, that's crazy. Something I can just spread complete conspiracy theory.
Go to advertise on Twitch.com and just click a button. You can do that, you lazy fuck. Yes, you! Do it! Don't you want to see Dan Clancy in front of fucking Congress? I know you do. I know you do. Don't you say anyone that says no?
We love citing in potential brigading from this fucking, like, complete dumb fucking 36-year-old man. Because apparently, you know, Dan Saltman seems to have a problem with people pointing out his age. So this 36-year-old dude who, I don't know, can't subtract 3 for some fucking reason, and alleges that Hasan is like 50. Like, whatever. I don't care about this anymore. This part's
I'm
stupid.
gonna find you. You've seen that I'm crazy. I'm looking specifically for you, YouTube chatters. I'm coming.
Never underestimate an autistic Jew.
Listen, just imagine how funny it would be during Discovery to see the shit between Dan Clancy and Amazon VPs, and they're like, some Amazon VPs probably be like, hey, what's going on here? And Dan's like, yeah, don't worry about that. I want to see those things, okay? I want to see those fucking letters, those emails. We're only gonna get.
I can guarantee you nothing's gonna fucking happen. Like, okay, wait, why don't you fucking file it then? Dan, why don't you be the one that fucking kicks it all off? Do it, bitch. Yeah, kick it off. You know, you're alleging that there's some sussy shit going on in terms of anti-Semitism within Twitch. Okay, file the suit. Do it. Proceed with discovery. See what's going on. Go ahead. Do it. Do it, bitch. Why haven't you done it yet, Dan? Why haven't you done it? Probably because there's nothing.
If we can do it together, come on, guys.
Yeah, I think any issue that Twitch runs into for the long run of this ordeal is definitely deserving. I feel like it's ridiculous how I get banned for Jewish girls and be fat, yet they're going live and calling me a bald, ugly, divorce, pedophile, rapist. It's just like, and none of them have been banned for it. Guys, I'm hoping my audience, you see how fucking ridiculous that is. Like, you guys gotta understand.
How surprised you feel if a guy is abusive and makes you cry and then shoves your head on his crotch and demands you suck him off. And his excuse is emotion just turns me on when you cry. People warned me. Now, these are, of course, allegations. You're at least a sexual abuser, that's for sure, Tectone. Hate that people warned me, didn't listen because I was so manipulated. I hate that I was lied to, and another girl who went through worse was trying to come forward. Me and her are good now, but I should have listened. When you're in it, you feel blind to reason. So, hey, Tectone. Why are you shoving people's heads into your crotch? Just saying. Even though your dad was in the congressional record. 14 military convictions for sexual harassment and assault. So, I don't know. Military sex pest fucking family seems to run in the family. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm just seeing some fucking articles and stuff. And this motherfucker not doing really a good job at all debunking any of it.
I like streaming on Twitch. It's nice. I've done it for 6.5 fucking years. But if you guys aren't saying the blatant favoritism and the ridiculous treatment that has occurred on this platform in the past fucking, let's just say even 48 hours, it's fucking nuts. It is fucking nuts. Guys, I couldn't exaggerate worse things to call these people they've called me in the past 24 hours. They've gone after my family. They've gone after my personal life. They've gone after my relationship. It's fucking nuts. And guys, I want to remind you.
Do we need to, like, okay, you know what? I'll go a step above. Fuck it. Let's find the fucking congressional hearing. From Hasan. Fuck it. Tectone. Dad. Congress. I know this motherfucker Hasan AB has that shit, alright? I know you have it, Hasan. There's no reason for you to fucking delete that shit. Unless Twitter's being fucking stupid. Fine, I'll go through your fucking goddamn page. I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Oh, found it. It was on May 5th. I can't count.
The story of Colonel Michael Robertson, who commanded Fort Bliss.
Michael Robinson is his dad.
This 31st
This is in the congressional record. Yep.
Combat Support Hospital at Camp Dwyer, a military base and airfield in the Helmand River Valley in Afghanistan.
This is real.
Last week, Colonel Robertson was convicted by a military judge of 14 charges, including having pornography on his government computer, sexually harassing 3 women, and assaulting 5 women.
Oof.
8 women
Sexual
that served under his
harassment
command
and assault.
testified at great cost to their careers and their privacy. Colonel Robertson routinely touched them without permission on their breasts,
non-consensual touching.
thighs, and buttocks, and encouraged them to look at pornography computer. Some testified the harassment occurred daily.
Damn.
Sadly,
daily
the
harassment.
military careers of these 8 women who bravely did the right thing are almost assuredly destroyed.
Nah, well.
A major who
Tectone
filed a claim against Robertson said, quote, "I don't know if my career was in jeopardy for doing the right thing. Who in the Corps who supported you is going to trust you in the future, unquote. Despite repeated warnings, Colonel Robertson also emailed pornography to friends and female subordinates.
I wonder why he would do that,
Lieutenant
Tectone.
Colonel, who was the chief nurse under Robertson's command, said his command style split the staff and created a toxic environment.
Oof, I wonder why he would do that. Still, his crimes being addressed in a congressional record. So, oh, when was this, by the way? I'm curious. In the congressional record. Do we have a date? I'm curious about the date. I mean, we could look it up. From 17 years ago. So what, about 2008?
What makes the defense's answer to all these actions? That all of these jokes and the touching were attempts to boost morale.
Sure,
How
man.
much more outrageous must
Very
the
morale
excuse
boosting.
become before we do something about it? So what is the punishment for someone in the military convicted of 14 counts of assaulting and harassing his subordinates who was assigned to protect? Is he sent to prison for being a predator? Is he stripped of his standing in the military? Oh, no. Colonel Robertson was ordered to pay a $30,000 fine over 3 months and spent 3 months in prison. Colonel Robertson will retire from the Army when he finishes his sentence. His conviction won't affect his Army retirement.
True.
Or his federal health insurance.
True.
And he will not be required to register as a sex offender.
No SRO? Well, I think that seems pretty definitive. Your dad's in the congressional record, Tectone. You ain't getting away from that one, buddy. That's there for forever. Unless the evidence gets burnt or something. But, you know, at least we have that on Twitter.
None of them have received punishment. None of them. 0%. It is fucking crazy. It is legit fucking crazy. And that's why I'm glad I have Dan and Nux here to kind of advocate these things I'm less informed on. I'm trying desperately to get informed. I am trying desperately, but there's a lot to take on. Plus,
You go to fucking NuxTaku and fucking Dan Saltman in order to get fucking, Creepazord McGee over here and fucking, Saltine bitch, the right-hand man of Sexpestiny. Yeah, dude, great places to get informed at, by the way.
What I would tell you is just, try to move to YouTube the best you can, because Twitch is this company will drag its feet, like, they will have a walkout of half their staff before they make a change. Did you see what happened when Aiden Ross got unbanned? They had this leaked all hands, and people started losing their shit because he was back on the platform. That's how many of those meetings got leaked when it was discovered that, like, they banned Israel for a year? None, okay? Yeah. So I think we know where they're at. They don't give a fuck about anything bad that their company's doing. They give a fuck about their San Francisco fucking hugbox, and I'll fucking tear it to the ground. And I can. One man with an autistic retarded mission. I'll do it. I'll keep going. It doesn't bother me.
You're not doing a really good job at that, are you, Dan? You're not really doing a good job at that, Dan. You're not really doing a good job at it, Dan. You're kind of doing a bad job at it. Dan, you're not really doing a good job at it. Dan, you might need to try a little harder. This dude got so fucking high off of his own supply that he was able to get fucking message the ADL to get a bunch of pro-Palestinian Arab creators banned as a result. So, you know, nice meme.
Yeah.
Great. Let's keep going here. Sorry,
I'm with you that Twitch is a problem. I'm totally with you. I just think you're not giving us credit on it to turn more people retarded. It's an ability.
Yeah. Just remember that, like, 95% of getting change is just action, right? Like Hasan's audience, like I said before, they're a bunch of shut-in, agoraphobic losers.
That is so fucking funny coming from you, motherfucker. You literally said that you just sit around and do nothing else besides, like, whatever you want. You're about as agoraphobic as, like, fucking Hasan viewers. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
They're sad little fucks that want to taste of Hasan's dick, and they'll never, ever fucking do anything besides it. They're not going to click the button. That's the difference. We click the buttons. I will work with fucking whoever to get positive change on this platform. I'm not going to be, like, out here trying to virtue signal my way into everything and doing everything the honorable way. If you do that, nothing happens. Everyone tries that, nothing happens. I'm out here to make fucking change, to hold Twitch accountable, and I will. And that's it. You just gotta let go of your chains of context and embrace the optics battle, and you will be set free to destroy Hasan. Okay? That's all.
Buddy, you're not doing a very good job at the fucking optics battle when you decided to come onto this fucking podcast with two fucking troglodyte morons and spread complete bunk conspiracy theory. Like, brother, you tried to lie about Hasan's fucking age, bro. Are you, like, for real? But okay, man. Sure, dude.
Go hit him! Josh!
Sir Wither's in your chat? I love Rust. I'm probably better than that guy, though.
So,
I haven't heard him for a
so
while.
if you guys, we talked a lot about this shit. I think we've had a lot of very good productive conversations before. I'm just trying to get a little bit more informed here, and I think you guys know better. I mean, generally, I am so barely into politics. I'm just into common sense. I don't really get the whole.
Yeah, I'm just
thing
like all about
whatsoever.
common
I see political
sense here
framers
on
they use so many
Tectone.
words that I don't understand.
On
It's just kind of like
youtube.com/Tectone.
personally, I don't think it's really that good to speak in a way where no one can
I'm all about
understand.
common
I find
sense,
myself being layman, so
bros.
you know, understand everything I'm fucking saying. Just a simple question. The phrase and the term alt-right. We know how people use it.
If you ask me, that we're gonna probably have big differences on this because
What does
I'm
it
not like, well, it depends on who you're asking. Is the better answer.
Yeah,
But
if
if you ask
you're
Hasan, so okay, well, Merriam-Webster, it's kind of like a, I don't know. Like it all depends on who you ask. The book doesn't fucking matter. Like if you look at what Zionist is, it doesn't matter. Hasan to be
He
a
gives a
Zionist,
definition.
it's like anyone in Israel that thinks Israel should keep existing. You're a Zionist, right?
Or
That's very
Israel.
good. Yeah,
If you're just
exactly.
like a generic average Christian guy on the street, you're also a Zionist.
Basically, anyone who hates Hasan is either alt-right or insane tanky. That's what it means.
Okay. So these terms, they mean fucking nothing.
Yeah,
Well, Twitter used very often. Alt-right generally means like, far to the right of the political spectrum, which usually comes along with, let's say, racist or sexist or, stuff like that generally comes with it.
It's confusing because that's Hasan, you know.
It is. You're right. It is.
Dude, I only watch Denim's talks about you. Dude, I only watch Denim's clips offline. Yeah, with my pants off.
Guys, why are people calling me alt-right? I don't understand. I don't heckin' get it. I don't heckin' get it, Reno. Why am I alt-right, guys? Where? Alright.
It's confusing.
So-
But I do believe in the horseshoe theory, though. Like, I do think that the far right and the far left have a lot more in common than the center.
Jesus fucking Christ. Nux. Alright. You know what? We're gonna do a little bit of a debunkerino, okay? It's a fun one. This will be a fun one. NuxTaku Hasan. Ba-dum. Just 6 days ago, we have shit from Hasan. 2 days ago, another video about Hasan. 3 weeks ago, video about Hasan. Where's your talking about right wingers, huh? Woke activists 100% found out. Okay. Trump cooked him. Cancel culture is officially dead, giving support to Matt Walsh. Cool. More fucking Hasan. White privilege is officially 100% over. Talking about, again, Shiloh Hendricks, who called an autistic 5-year-old black child the N-word. Probably doing some stupid conspiracy theory about AOC here. Why do I not have his catalog here? Alright, sure. So, pro Shiloh Hendricks. Cool. Here's a Hasan Piker. Democrats are 200% fuck now. Alright. Canada. Hasan in the thumbnail. Hasan again, talking about Hasan. Buddy, you seem to talk a lot about Hasan. Hasan, again. Here's Hasan again. Got Hasan again. Alright. Woke university's 100% fucked now. Trump is 100% serious and the meltdowns are glorious. Oh, here's one thing that's against Candace Owens, but so far it's mostly been Hasan. People around Hasan. The wokies are fucked. Are you sure that you're as centrist as you seem you are? AOC's fucked. Canada has fallen. Oh no, not Canada. Hasan Piker again. Stephen Colbert. Trump went nuclear. Trump's threat worked and the meltdowns are glorious. Some stupid pro-Hamas stuff. being pro war crimes as well on Nux's channel. Very cool. Here's Hasan again. What else? More anti-AOC. Do we need to keep scrolling? Oh, this is this like fucking dumbass video about the tariffs where he just has like no idea what the fuck he's talking about. All right. Moving on.
So another thing that Hasan's doing is he's been talking a lot about my father. I'm curious. I saw an article about Hasan's father. Is there any validity to what I saw from that article? Are you guys familiar with this one?
I
saw what you tweeted.
I tried to spend my time on Twitch and Hasan specifically. It sucks that he went after your dad. But like, I don't know. I even though like I try to, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the congressional. Your dad's in the congressional record. You yourself have, well, accusations against you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You posted. I looked into it. It's you know.
Yeah, I got
You have to understand, right? Remember, Hasan didn't surface that. It was Hasan's chatter, and he just read it, and damn, that's crazy, and he tweeted it, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
he does the same thing to everyone. It's like, you know.
Are you like? It's in the congressional record. Do you think they would
Today,
lie on there?
I would like to tell the
Like, do we need to watch the video again? Nonsense.
I'll show up on his stream, and someone in his channel will be like, "That guy's literally."
Yeah, I like how whenever you talk
I
about
know.
it, it cuts out.
I know. God damn it. What is up with you?
It's with everybody you're in a call with, but I don't fucking know, man.
Nux. But okay, man.
Like, you're getting censored by Hasan himself right now.
That's crazy.
Great. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything that I had queued up on here. Is there anything that y'all want to get off your chest or talk about right now?
Thank fucking God,
yeah,
dude.
just please go to advertise-on-twitch.com. Like, even if you're a Twitch streamer, like, you can make change that way. It's really quick. It'll take a minute. You just have to press a button and then click send, and you're done. Like, literally 15 seconds. And you get to watch a video of Hasan laughing at people that want terrorists to come home, which is pretty good.
That's just deeply disappointing.
No, well, you know, I guess we're about to be done with the three schizophrenics.
I guess the final question that I'll ask here before we wrap things up here is, do you genuinely think that Twitch will change? And do you think they will enforce their policies on everyone rather than just people who are going against their favorites?
Yes, I think Twitch will change. I think it's happening soon. There's a lot of stuff that's going on behind the scenes. And I know that, like, you know, everyone's like, oh, no secrets, all that.
Yeah, dude, there's definitely stuff going on behind the scenes. I totally believe what this fucking stupid conspiracy theorist is fucking saying, dude. Yeah, totally. There's definitely a lot of changes. Like, I mean, like, we've already debunked, like, pretty much all of fucking this motherfucker's conspiracy theories of Dan Saltman over here. But, yeah, well, you know. There's definitely going to be some change, guys. Sure, man.
Type of shit, but Twitch is under a level of pressure that they've never seen before, and you have the holdouts of Twitch staff that are trying to hold the line, and then you have people at Amazon that are like, y'all fucking lose money, and you're causing us an immense amount of bad press right now, and then you also have a lot of shit that they've done that's
Sure, man.
illegal, and right now they're dealing with the consequences of a lot of that stuff, so I think
Sure,
we'll
man.
know about this coming up soon.
Totally.
Okay, well, that's at least fucking reassuring, because right now it just feels like I'm fighting a losing battle right here, and it just doesn't feel like anything's gonna fucking change. So at least, yeah, that feels good. Yeah, Nux, you're
Good. Cope.
I agree. I think it'll change. I think it's inevitable. It's gonna
Cope,
explode at some
cope,
point. The
cope.
question is whether they
Cope,
play that
cope,
hard on politics.
cope,
Or I think more
cope,
likely,
cope.
the terrorist talk will not be acceptable. Like, you can still react to Trump or whoever.
Yeah,
but
that
I
would be
don't-
nice if we can just stop supporting terrorists on stream. That would be, hopefully we
Yeah,
can
I do think that the terrorist stuff, it's crazy. Like, the article that you said that Hasan, again, I don't know if it's true, but the article that you shared about Hasan's dad being part of freeing Sinwar, who was the guy that started literally the war that's going on right now in the Middle East, if you blame one guy.
What the fuck are you talking about? Sinwar started the war? Huh? Who planned October 7th? Sure. Why don't we take a look? Israel knew Hamas's attack plan over a year ago. So here's Yaha. We're talking about Yaha Sinwar. Sure. 22 years in Israeli jails. Oh, I wonder why he became a militant. It couldn't be because of anything that Israel might have done. You know, he was a fucking activist as a teenager, and then he got jailed by the Israelis for 22 years. I wonder why. 1,200 people triggered an Israeli offensive. Born in a refugee camp in Khan Yunis. Lovely. To parents who had been forced to flee their homes in what became Israel in 1948. I wonder why this guy might be radical. Couldn't possibly think of any particular reasonings at all. Drawn to Islamist activism as a teenager across the Middle East, a religious resurgence was gaining momentum. This would have been the Intifada. As a science student in the Islamic University of Gaza in early 1980s, Sinwar was drawn to Ahmed Yassin, a charismatic cleric who set up a local branch of the Muslim Brotherhood. By the way, as the article says himself, says itself. This is who founded Hamas. Now, Hamas used to be a more charitable organization trying to build mosques and stuff. However, due to the Islamist roots that were exploited by the Israelis in order to justify their actions against, well, Palestinians, to be able to be used as a wedge in order to attack them when the PLO was trying to push for the Oslo Accords. Very often, a lot of the far-right Israelis would point to Hamas and give them money in order to, well, make it seem like they're really the bad guys and they're the main representatives of Palestinians. Hamas was. A classic divide and conquer strategy. Arrested in 1988 and given 4 life sentences for attempted murder and sabotage, he spent 22 years in Israeli jails. In prison, Sinwar refused to talk to any guards and personally punished inmates who did, pressing the face of one in a makeshift stove, according to one Israeli former interrogator who worked at the institution where Sinwar was held. He's 1,000% committed and 1,000% violent. A very, very hard man, the interrogator said. Cool. So what? He's among the 1,000 prisoners proposed to be swapped in 2011 for Gilad Shalit, captured by Hamas 5 years earlier. Sinwar rejected and went ahead anyways. Married and had children, went back to militancy. Convinced the capture of Israeli soldiers was the only way to free prisoners. Unfortunately, he's not fucking wrong there. Because, guess what? We got plenty of Palestinian prisoners, as we went over that summary of the UN report not that long ago, but sure. Sinwar went into hiding, taking his family with him in a network of tunnels. Appointed overall leader of Hamas after Ismail Haniyeh got killed. Exact services sentences of Sinwar Zet. Yep, he is dead. Engaged 3 armed men in a firefight. Guys, I wonder why Sinwar might be violent, guys. I couldn't possibly think of any reasoning whatsoever.
I guess. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I have no idea. I was just looking at my chatter. That's what Hassan told me. I got no idea what the real name. I'm just talking about it, so yeah, I'm guilt-free, obviously.
Yeah, no, solid strategy.
Yeah, of course.
No idea, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's true, but I haven't looked into it, so I don't know. Anyways, Hassan's a 45-year-old fucking loser. But
Don't forget.
I love how this fucking complete troglodyte got convinced that he's 35. Like, come on, dude. If you think that these morons are credible in any way, like, fuck off, dude. Like, are you for real? Seriously. Like, really. These people will apologize for Proud Boys and January 6th violence. I mean, if they're willing to fucking do something that is the most easily fucking Googleable thing on the planet and do fucking strange fucking conspiracism about that, there is no limit to the depravity that these fucking morons are willing to engage with.
Sexpest admitted to exploiting prostitutes and called the police on his spouse. Not good. Damn.
The funny thing is, you don't even have to make shit up. Like,
I know, that's what's insane.
Operation Let Him Speak is happening, you know?
But every time you see the best part. Oh, let me give you a strategy, by the way. Okay, Hasan will at certain points react to content that features you. Okay, right? And sometimes you'll know when that's happening. You'll start seeing tweets come in. The best thing that you can do when that happens is find the most anti-piece of Hasan content that you can and just post it to your Twitter and pin it. Because then all the people that come in to your Twitter feed, they see this big Hasan is under investigation for X, Y, or Z, and then like it makes them feel like a retard when he sends people over. Over to you. It's like the best strategy in the world. Also, one other thing, you guys don't have it. I mean, there's a fucking animation I have, but like, so when you're gonna talk about Hasan, you know he's gonna clip you. So the best thing you can do is like put a big overlay on your website that's like hatred.tv.
Fuck, guys, I'm clipping people. Oh, fuck, dude.
Or advertise on Twitch.com, or a link to like the Hasan media.
Yeah, he's telling people how explicitly to degrade and to lie. So, nice meme.
Me Too piece, like any of those things, and just have it like bouncing on your screen. So if anyone wants to clip jump you in that community, they're gonna basically be advertising that Hasan like has these allegations against them, which is like the way to do it. Like start embracing these strategies, guys. Come on. Get it.
You're the only one who's made up the fucking schizophrenic conspiracy theories with the fucking like DGGer voices in your head, the specter of DGG constantly rattling in that fucking empty case that you call a fucking head. You're the only one who's fucking engaging in any of this fucking rank conspiracism nonsense.
it together
Okay,
here.
so I'll make an anti toggle to where whenever I talk about it, before it gets flipped, it'll have advertise on Twitch links.
Exactly. And like the DVD logo bouncing around. Yeah, like that. Or it doesn't matter. Any of that type of shit. And you're basically just gonna fucking make Hasan fume. And then the best part is eventually Hasan will start getting clips to watch on stream. And he'll be like, I'm so clever, I blacked it out. And you'll be watching a clip and there's gonna be a black bar that someone edited the clip of you watching around like, yeah, I clipped them and I removed the shit. And that's the funniest shit that you made some fucking inbred guy go out and do this. We can say that on Twitch now. You can call them inbred. How cool is that?
Oh,
so,
very
good,
cool.
yeah. So anyways, yeah, that's it. It's exciting stuff.
Cool. Well, Dan, Nux,
Very
real quick, can you guys, but yeah, Dan, you first. Can you shout out if you want any of my chat to follow you? Where can they find you?
No fucking free promo. Go fuck yourselves. No free promo, Reno. All right. What else is there supposed to say? They just lied and came up with, like, idiotic conspiracy theories. If you believe anything that these fucking three, like, schizophrenic, like, morons have to say, then, I don't know, you're just a fucking rube. You're an idiot. You are a dope. I don't think it really gets any more complicated than that.